Welcome to Joe's Atmosphere.
Cook your shrimp, please. All of a sudden, my shrimp pan is burning up like a smoke fest.
Okay. All right, boys and girls, welcome aboard for this month's free-for-all. It's the August free-for-all where we cover everything pop culture this month. And maybe we might get to the IGN top 100 video games if we're done scrapping about what we saw this month. And all that and more here on State of the Atmosphere with me and my boys. See you in a minute. All right, let's get into it. It's State of the Atmosphere this fine hump day evening. I am your host, Joe's Atmosphere. It's good to see you. And as usual, I've got my friends alongside me, starting with Knock. How you doing today, buddy?
Hey,
Good to see
pretty
you.
Good, dude. Pretty good.
Getting hyped for that concert you got this weekend?
Yeah. Gonna go see the Morgan Wallen at FedEx Field. Hopefully they've made some improvements on that stadium since right.
Good luck with that. The new owners just took.
Right, I don't know if they had time to spend any money yet. But, no, it's good. We got some shows coming up with football. I actually have a fantasy draft tomorrow night.
Oh man, yeah. How many teams are you gonna run this year?
Two. So far, it's just two. Yeah. Okay. So one money league and then one for my company's doing one.
Gotcha. So all right. Well, speaking of football, we got another co-host for Sunday's show on board. Hey. John Das Wolfen, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah.
You just caught me snacking.
Oh no! Put up the avatar, man. What you got there? Hang on. Let me see.
The Stover.
Russell Stover, sugar-free fruit chews. That's what I'm talking about.
Sugar-free Starburst, basically.
Oh, cool. I always like Starburst. I haven't had Starburst, God, in years. And of course, from way out west, he just got out of bed, but he's going to be ready to go for us. Jed, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Well, this is the show, guys, where we cover everything that's happened in the last month. I guess we'll start off with, let me pull it up real quick, the box office receipts from this month, and we'll start there. Of course, we had several movies that I didn't get to see, but I'm definitely gonna be watching when they get to streaming. I didn't feel like going and paying money for them, but
I was super tempted with the $4 Sunday, and I was like,
dude.
But I woke up too late, and I was like, I don't feel like going out now.
Right.
I went to go. I watched the Meg too. Okay.
Yeah, I was fixing to say that's one John was looking forward to.
Dude, mm-hmm. I watched that with somebody, and it drags for maybe the first 45 minutes, and then went to an hour, and once then it picks up, and you get some good action in it.
Mm-hmm.
So
It appeared to me
Isn't
that
that how
one
pornos start?
no.
that one would be
45
check your
minutes
brain
ago?
at the door kind of movie. You know
Well,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I was really, I like in the first movie, and I'd been waiting for, I was like in the first movie, I was like, please have a shark jump up and just grab a helicopter out of the sky. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
second one, I was like,
Right.
they came close to it, but I'm like, oh, come on, guys! But they're probably gonna do a third one because
I don't know.
but,
I
There's
wouldn't know.
multiple books, so
yeah. No, I was hoping. I
Now
was
this is
like,
based on a book series, really?
yeah, it is.
by Steve Alton.
Okay.
And it's really good. I loved it. So,
Yeah, cool.
um,
Well, the top 10 this month was Barbie, of course, with 229 million. Then you had Oppenheimer, 119 million. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ended up third. What?
don't
Wow.
even get me started on
Um,
that.
Meg 2 was
Yeah,
fourth.
good. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
happy to see that was fourth. So.
It did better than Blue Beetle and almost doubled it.
Yeah, because it's a good
yeah.
movie.
Well,
It
Barbie
got-
and Oppenheimer really shouldn't count because they came out in July.
Yeah.
Right, but and it says that here. But we're talking about how much they made this month, so
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah,
Um,
that's not including the July.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not included. Yeah, they
just the
should.
release date.
It
Mhm.
would be Ninja Turtles, Meg 2, then Blue Beetle would be the top three.
Yeah,
So.
and then Haunted
No,
Mansion.
this is what they made in August.
This is what they made this month.
This is not the total of what they
Yeah.
made.
Oh, okay.
This is
Mhm.
just August alone.
This is
Well,
just August.
like John said, they shouldn't count, but
Yeah,
Why not?
but
They made money. Did they not?
they
make
made money.
in August?
Yeah,
They
I
did
know.
make money.
Why would they not? Count?
But Haunted Mansion that didn't do well for Disney. Disney's just floundering.
No,
right now.
it's
Their
just
stuff is
terrible.
just- yeah,
And
it is.
I'm glad to see Sound of Freedom is up there.
Yeah, Sound of Freedom
Yeah.
made it
Been out for a
came
while.
out in July.
Yeah,
So you can't count that one. No, I'm
Yeah,
just
you
kidding.
know, Netflix and some other place turned them
Amazon
down flat.
refused.
Yeah,
to, too.
Amazon
And
Prime
Netflix
and Netflix
Amazon turned them
turned
down
it
flat.
down for streaming.
Yeah.
You know, you have to now. Since you brought that up, man, you have to question why are they doing that.
Mhm. Oh, but they'll have cuties on their platforms.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's
Well,
really weird, dude. That
as
is
I've
really
said,
weird.
anybody that craps on that movie or calls it like QAnon and stuff, it's like, oh, there's the pedo.
Yeah.
that I mean, it sounds like that's clearly what we're looking at, man. It really does. I'm like, shit.
You can't call them that, John. That's offensive.
No, none of that pedos. They're fucking pedophiles.
Maps. Maps. That's what they call them now. Maps. Minor
Minor attractive persons.
Right.
Yeah.
But let's see. What do we got here? Gran Turismo made 20 million.
That was the one I was attempted to watch on Sunday for the $4
Mhm.
thing. But
You attempted to watch?
I was tempted to watch.
You haven't gone to see it yet?
I don't plan to.
I'm waiting till it hits the high seas to see it. So.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. You know what? It is. I got to say, from what I hear from everybody that I trust, it's the Rocky of racing movies, is what they say it is. And
it
what
looks
I'm
interesting. I'll definitely watch it when it's streaming.
Yeah.
Well, it's based on a true story. From what I hear, all the CGI in the movie is actually what you see in the trailer. They say the trailer doesn't even scratch the surface of what they're showing you in the movie as far as racing goes. You know, and it's all practical stunts and stuff. The other reason why I want to see this thing is the guy that made District 9. That director, I can't remember the guy's name.
Neil Blomkamp.
Yeah, dude, that guy's great.
So you're saying
he
there's
makes
a
great
chance
stuff.
of an alien abduction in this one?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying he makes good movies. I like his stuff. It's kind of like Villeneuve, the guy that's making the Dune movies.
Yeah.
I love that.
The one that got pushed back to 2024. Yeah.
Well, we're going to see more and more of that because of the actors and writers strikes.
Yep.
They have to push shit back just so they can have something to release next year. It's not like it's not done. It's done. It's ready for release, but they're backing it up so they can have something for people to go see next year.
That's the reason why they're dealing with MasterChef. Because you usually do 2 a week, but now they're only doing like 1 to like one every 2 weeks now.
You talking about the Gordon Ramsay show on Fox?
Yeah, I love MasterChef because it's not just him; it's everybody in it. So
yeah.
it's-
The other
and it's,
the other
and
people in
it's
there are
all
good
the
too.
home chefs. So you
Mhm.
know, I love that show. So.
You're into cooking that much, huh? That's cool, man.
I love, dude. I love.
You'd
Hell's
fit right
Kitchen.
into Louisiana. I mean, people,
Yeah.
the chefs, they get the girls around this place, man.
Oh yeah, I love.
know
Well,
what
I
I'm
think
saying?
there's definitely a certain entertainment quality when Chef Ramsay yells at somebody for sending out a uncooked chicken.
Now that's Hell's Kitchen. No,
Yeah,
Master
that's
Chef's
Hell's
different.
Kitchen.
He's
Yeah.
a judge on that show.
He's
a judge.
much cooler on
Much tamer
Masters-
on that
much
show.
tamer
Matter of fact,
on
the
Hell's
bald
Kitchen.
guy on
Yeah.
that show is the dick. It's not him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen
What's
that
that
stuff.
dude's name? I can't remember his name, but he's an
I
didn't like
asshole.
it.
I can't
Oh, dude,
stand that guy.
he lit somebody up the other night. Because I was 2 episodes behind. So
Right.
I watched the Meg and some other stuff.
Mhm.
Dude, he lit him up and Ramsey's like, it's a damn shame. It's a damn.
Yeah,
I'm like,
he's totally tame on that
yeah,
show. He
but
really
on
is.
Hell's Kitchen, he goes, "You bloody monkey, it's raw." Like,
And you know what's funny, man? You watch that show on Fox when it airs, and they bleep everything out. But if you
Yeah.
watch it on Hulu later, they don't.
yeah,
And it is a riot to watch, man. I laugh my ass off. I mean, he just pulls no punches with these
oh,
dudes
he's
at
like,
all.
it's so raw, it can walk off the plate.
And if you watch it, like if you watch season 1, when the customers walk up and start giving him shit when they're waiting,
Oh yeah,
you think he's bad to the cooks. He talks some serious shit to the customers, man.
That's the
Like
shit you
it
never
looks at him and
see.
goes, like, your opinion matters. Goodbye. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. I mean, he's just it's an asshole to the customers too. It's ridiculous. It's like he went to the Japanese school of insult friggin' food service, you know what I mean? That's a
Well, you
trip.
guys watch cooking shows. I watch home improvement shows.
No.
Yeah.
My wife watches the cooking shows. I'm
Yeah.
busy playing Madden or something when she.
Yeah,
but
and
I catch it by osmosis. You know.
I'm playing game like last
I'm
night.
more into the nature shows.
Yeah, last night
Oh, yeah?
oh yeah, those are good.
Planet Earth is freaking awesome.
Oh, I look Survivor, the challenge, fucking, what's the one where they go around the world? And that one.
Amazing Race.
I watch Amazing Race.
I
Other
watched a
stuff
few
like
seasons
that.
of that.
Yeah,
there's some of those shows I used to watch.
Big Brother.
Never got into Big Brother.
The season of Big Brother right now is terrible. It sucks.
So
I
never
do
got into
not
those.
watch
Yeah.
any reality TV except for what my wife watches. Look, when I'm coming in here to do my video game show late at night,
Yeah.
and she's still up and she's still watching TV, I just ask her before I get up and give her the controls. I'm like, do you want to watch men in dresses or do you want to watch men making dresses? You know, that means she either wants to watch. Do you want to watch RuPaul or do you want to watch Project Runway? Which one do you want to watch? Because she watches those two shows on a loop. I mean, she just keeps it on all the time, and she'll be on her phone doing shit. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you want to watch men wearing dresses or men making dresses? What do you want to see?
Yeah.
You know? And then I come in here. But anyway, the first thing I want to talk about tonight is this thing that scared the shit out of me earlier today. Because you guys know from being on the show how I felt about this show. And it looks like there's a rumor out there that Marvel's She-Hulk Attorney at Law Disney Plus series is to receive a second season post WGA and SAG strikes.
Fucking
So-
called it.
Apparently,
that.
after the strikes, they're planning on doing another season of this.
Yeah.
And you know, if they're doing it after the strikes, because now I have a definite opinion about these strikes.
Mhm.
I really think they're thinning the herd of some shitty talent. And
Well, they
and
need
they're-
to thin the herd of shitty shows.
Yeah, well, that's for sure. But you know,
Well,
I really think they're cutting loose of because they're not in a hurry to get this strike over with. So they've all set up streaming services that they can just run whatever they want that they've already got. All these
Yeah.
studios have their own services, right? So
Yeah.
they can just play whatever they want of their own stuff until these guys give up.
Well,
You know what I mean? So, but if it's going to be post, this is what I hope, guys. This is what I hope, because you guys know, and I'll show it real quick. Hang on, let's see, where is it? Yeah, it's right here. I was just talking about this with somebody this morning, wasn't I?
Martine.
Didn't I have this on your show? Yeah.
Yeah.
This was signed by the colorist that worked on the issue, but that's She-Hulk. You know, she breaks the fourth wall and everything, and she's carting
Oh, I love that.
John Byrne off. That's John Byrne she's carrying off, the actual writer of the comic
John
book.
Byrne's She-Hulk was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, and that's what this is supposed to be based on. And I got to tell you, I watched every episode of it, and I think that it had everything going for it. I liked the actress that was playing her. I liked the way they converted her into She-Hulk. I liked all of that stuff. The aesthetic was cool as hell. The main problem was they made her a man-hater.
Yeah.
And the bigger problem was they made her hate being She-Hulk, and that is horseshit. She loves being She-Hulk, man. It's like her whole life started over when she became She-Hulk. You know, she became Mary Jane, the party girl, man. She had a ball, and that is totally lost in their version of it. It's such a shame. They could have had such a great show, and my hope is that once the strikes are over, you see there it says post WGA and SAG strikes. My hope is that after it's over, they do a little bit of a shift in the storytelling in it. Hopefully, please, if you're listening, Hollywood, please. If you're listening, Disney, please.
Dude, Disney doesn't give a fuck.
I know they don't. They're going to be the last ones to come around. I know, but I'd love to see them do an actual version of John Byrne's She-Hulk. I thought it was funny that when she went into the writer's room and found out that the what was the name of the robot?
Feige.
I can't remember.
Robbie?
Was it Feige?
Oh.
Was it Feige?
Yeah, it was Feige.
Man. Yeah. I thought that was funny. I liked how she climbed through the menu of the fucking Disney Plus thing.
Yeah.
You know, that was the closest it came to the John Byrne book. Really, you know, because that was half the fun of that book. John Byrne would find a reason to blow her clothes off, and she'd be standing there in her underwear, and she'd break the fourth wall by bitching at John Byrne. Really, you're doing this again? I mean, one of the most famous comics there is. I mean, people have seen the images 100 million times, I'm sure, of her jumping rope, and the rope's right where she's nude, jumping rope, and the rope's right where it would cover up her genitals. Man, it's hilarious.
I have some of these pictures as posters.
Yeah,
because they actually came out.
They're iconic pieces of comic art, man.
Came out with them as posters.
Yeah,
so
it's crazy, dude. But
back when Marvel actually put some proper stuff out.
Yeah, well, I mean, you want to talk about how post Endgame, Marvel has taken a dive. They took a dive in the comic books a long time ago. I mean, if you want to see what's going on with the movies and stuff, just look at the comics and you'll know what's going to happen in the movies 5 years from now.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, like, for instance, when they started thinking about doing their own studio and doing the whole Infinity Gauntlet thing and all that stuff, trying to have a shared universe, the first thing they did was they changed Nick Fury in the comic books to look like Samuel L. Jackson.
Well,
actually
they did
trying
that
to recruit him
when they came out with the Ultimates.
Yeah, and they changed him in that to look like Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, that was, the creators of Ultimate Avengers said, we always thought Samuel L. Jackson would make a good Nick Fury.
Yeah, yeah, and it worked like a charm, because let me tell you, I can't picture anybody else as Nick Fury. Now, post Endgame, they've destroyed the fucking character with another fucking miniseries.
I want to make a thing.
Yeah, I still haven't finished that series.
I want to make a thing, Joe, that there was one other Nick Fury, and it was David Hasselhoff.
Yes, right. David Hasselhoff did play him. Yeah, I do remember that.
For the movie on ABC, I think.
Yeah, it was a TV movie.
Or Fox. It was ABC.
David Hasselhoff. That was pre Baywatch days.
Yeah.
That was. Yeah. Had he even been on Knight Rider?
He'd already been on Knight Rider, but I think Baywatch was the ending. So he was, he was on there.
Yeah. Hasselhoff, man. That you want to talk about a success story? A guy that just, I mean, he's a huge pop star in fucking Europe.
Oh yeah, my favorite will always be in dodgeball where he's chastising the German team on the side there. That's always going to be one of my favorite scenes.
Dude, I love
what a
dodgeball.
classic.
I do every week when I end Roadhouse. If you can dodge a wrench,
Yep.
you can dodge a ball.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Rip Torn. How awesome is that guy? He's hucking wrenches at them dudes. It's too funny, man. Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But
I remember when Hasselhoff gave that concert at the Wall when the Wall came down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that too. He was up there singing on it and everything.
Sure was, man. But my hope is that they make a shift, man. They need to. I mean, hell, it's not like they're not aware of the environment now. I mean, they've lost Reedy Creek. I mean, I saw something today on Midnight's Edge, or not today, but this week, that they're thinking about selling off the fucking theme park assets.
Yeah,
like,
it's not going to happen, dude. Because they can't.
Who would buy it though?
Okay, so here's my thing: if they sold off the Magic Kingdom and tried to go someplace else like California, or Florida, or God forbid it be here, because I don't want that shit here,
right?
Or some other place. It would
be Vegas before it would be with you guys.
It would take them decades to get it up because of how big it is. It wasn't John the first 5 years. It took him 5 years to even lease. Disney even said this because I saw a documentary on it. It took them 5 years just to get the first part of the Magic Kingdom done. Yeah. So people could come in, and then they started adding a little bit at a time. So, because I remember that came out, they opened it up when I was a kid. So,
Soul Assassin is in. He says Apple will buy Disney, and you will need an iPhone to get into Disneyland.
I've said
that's
this.
Been the rumor. That's been the rumor. Yeah.
I've said this for the last maybe year or two. I've said this for the last couple of years. Disney is gonna. Apple will buy Disney at some point.
I have always had an iPhone ever since I got back on a PlayStation.
Yeah.
I used to get the phone that went with the console that I was playing. My favorite phone I've ever had was that Windows phone I had when I was first got an Xbox 360. I got a Windows phone. That thing was so customizable. It was fucking great. I loved it, man. Really loved that thing. Yeah, but my wife is the queen of Apple. She buys Apple products like it's going out of style. Yeah. So, go ahead.
It's just, and I've been, because here's the funny thing, and I've said this for years. Tom's even said this for years. Okay, we theorized. There was a part on the Archivist where we saw that, and here's the thing, on the board of directors and everything else, on Apple and on Disney, there's people that work for both companies that are on both the board of directors for Apple and Disney.
Yeah.
So we like years ago, we were like, okay, at some point, if Disney comes into trouble, Apple's going to swoop in, get Disney.
And it's not the first time that Disney's been in trouble.
No. And this is just the worst because all they put out is woke pieces of shit.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah. If this, once again, me doing this, I'm the glass half full guy. I'm always thinking positively. If they do decide to acquire Disney, the one thing that is going to happen is their production people, the Apple guys will be merging with the Disney guys, right?
Yeah, and
look, that's a good thing because let me tell you something. Some of the best stuff you're going to watch is on Apple.
I'm going to say this.
So we'll get Apple's $5.99 and Disney's $14.99. We'll get that into $20.99.
Mark's not lying there. He's
awesome.
It'll cost more for sure.
And that's not including the ESPN and the Hulu, so that'll be another $30. Right there.
Yeah,
that'll be $30.
I disagree. Well. Apple's not going to buy Disney.
Yeah,
they're going to buy Pixar. They're going to pay around $2 billion for Pixar.
I could see that. Yeah.
and use it.
I wish they'd buy Marvel. That would
No,
be awesome. That would be
I
awesome.
don't think that. I think if Apple's going to do it, they're going to go for the whole enchilada.
And this is what I kind of wanted to discuss for tonight for my side, and just kind of bring it up because I was watching earlier today. It's like I'm in the mood to watch some older shows,
Mm-hmm.
and the reason is because I want to go back to watching shows without looking for an agenda.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
On either side. Like, I don't want either side. I just want to just enjoy some pure entertainment again. And it's like nowadays, it's like I'm watching Ahsoka, and it's my favorite freaking genre. It's my favorite story, everything. But now I'm just watching. I'm going into it with the mindset of it's mostly women on this show, and for me, it's kind of acceptable because I know the backstory of these characters and they've been on shows. But it's just now it seems like every show now is watched through with goggles where you're more conscious of the messages that are being thrown out there.
Yeah.
And it's like I want to go back to shows that are just they're not about that. They're not, obviously every show has some sort of message in it, but they become so blatant and so at the front of everything that's being showed that it's not as entertaining anymore. It kind of starts to get ahead of the whole point of entertainment when you're just trying to push every single possible message you can for every little thing that you do in every single line. And I like the things that Filoni puts into these things. He puts a ton of Easter eggs, but eventually it's like, come up with your own shit, dude. It's
The latest episode, by the way, which we'll talk about today, I'm sure everybody's watched it already. And if you don't want spoilers on Ahsoka, I'll put up this graphic when we're done. Hang on.
I'm just gonna say there wasn't nothing.
I will put this up whenever we're done. Okay, the logo for the show. But since you brought it up, and I understand exactly what you're talking about, and I would, if you haven't seen it, I would suggest Battlestar Galactica to start with. That is one of the best.
The old version.
The new one.
I've seen that.
Either one is great.
But the new ones, I love both.
I haven't watched the old one. I watched the new ones when it came out. Like that was an awesome show because I was coming off.
That's how you do a reboot. Is that series right there?
No, but I might think about because what I was watching this morning, on my way into work, Star Trek.
Yeah,
I think it was Next Generation.
And
I was like, dude.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You've never been a big Star Trek guy.
No. I watched some of the movies. I like some of the later movies that not the later movies as in the 2000s and 2010, whatever. The ones with Picard. The later ones, after they did the several seasons of the show and they were kind of like after the show, whatever it was, something like that. Yeah. I saw a couple of them were good, but I was never. No, my dad was the Star Trek guy, and I was more Star Wars. I like he had all the X-Wing series books.
Okay.
So I really got into the point where I was like enjoying. That's how I kind of got more into the lore of Star Wars, is because I was bored of the Luke, Han, and Leia story.
Yeah.
I wanted everything else.
Yeah.
That's why I like Mandalorian so much, because it wasn't then.
You know what?
Stuff like that.
Since you brought this up, buddy, Jed, you're going to help me out after the show. We're going to go over the Discord thing because I really want to do a watch along of V. And if you haven't seen it, you would love it. I'm telling you not.
I know the new one.
Yeah.
The original miniseries.
I watched some of the new one, and the reason I watched it was because of the actress that played.
Yeah.
Yes, because she's hot as all get out, right? She was the one in Firefly, right? Yeah.
Well, she was in Stargate as well.
Did you see Soul's answer?
No. Hang on.
I think Jed's a little too hyper.
If you're looking for a show with a little TNA action, then Jed's your guy. He knows all the best smut shows. I hate to tell you, I'm a dirty old man. I know him too. Okay, I just don't broadcast it like Jed does. All right.
Yeah. Me and Joe both know them because I'll bring up the show and Joe's like, "Oh yeah."
Bring back the hard R rating, please. All right. When we were younger, R-rated meant tits and ass and cussing.
I think you were there. Did you see the on Untouchable? What do they call it now with all guys in it? It's a hard R.
Which The Expendables.
The Expendables 4 is a hard R this time.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, if you want to see the trailer, I can get it for you because we played it this last week when we were on.
Okay, well, if you want to do that, we'll do that in a little bit. But I want to go over Ahsoka first, since I told.
Okay, we can go over Ahsoka, but I'll get it.
But listen to me. What I want you to do is I want you to send me the link so I can set it up.
I will because I know. Yeah.
Okay. All right. But as far as Ahsoka goes, this episode, and Knock and I were talking about it earlier. But
you were.
First of all, the guy that I'm really wanting to watch this for was in it for 5 seconds at the end of the show. But, you know, I'm sitting here watching this, and I liked the little nod to Obi-Wan and Luke, you know, with the shield down, doing the training. I thought that was cool. I really did. It was a cool nod to the original Star Wars. I thought that was cool. But when it came to the fucking space battle, that was the most hilariously stupid shit I've ever watched.
It was so dumb.
Yes. Before that, it was stupid. Before that, it was stupid.
And to me, the real reason I felt that was stupid is because those blasts should be bigger than her body. There's no way she should have been able to deflect blasts of that magnitude at that speed.
I was like, that's bullshit.
She's doing loops over spaceships and carving them up, and
you know, as we know, Ahsoka's not a big girl. She's not. She's a small chick of stature, so she doesn't have the strength. That's why she's she's a very agile. You know, moves around a lot. And she did a little bit of that there, but not strong enough to do that kind of stuff. Nobody is. They're a fucking from a ship, man. They're supposed to take down shields, and that was the other thing. They shot at the same fucking spot 5 times, and their ship is apparently has crazy strong plot armor. It was ridiculous how much damage that thing could take, and the deflectors were down to 10%. Deflectors didn't mean it's not a shield. It's not. It doesn't completely negate the damage. And their ship was had no scratches on it. And then they and during the fight, after the deflectors were down to 10%, they're looking at whales. They're oh my god, we're totally not being shot at by an unknown this chick that wants to kill us. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, did you see?
Well, the thing that pissed me off. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jed. Go ahead.
Did you see Starkiller or Ezra look at the whales when he was in the middle of the fight?
Yeah.
That's not going to be either. That's the 8th brother.
Oh, it is?
I'm pretty sure it's the 8th brother.
So there's a couple of things out there, with it being Merrick and it being Gaelic Merrick, whatever, different spelling, but that's one of the reasons why I thought.
Well, Merrick is
there's an unknown credit with Sam Whit.
I said that's the reason why I brought that up. No.
And then for the Ezra Bridger thing, I would say the only reason, because one of the biggest things is he was with Thrawn.
Yeah.
But you could also say the whales took him away, and Ezra probably had the whales bring him back. And there's other things that lead to it, but and they left Thrawn behind.
I'm still
I don't think any of that's true. I don't believe that either. I even saw one where someone was wouldn't it be crazy if it was Cal Kestis, which is not.
No, it's not him.
I just think it's a leftover brother. That's all it is. I think people are thinking about way too much. But then they're oh, here's the scene where he's looking at the whales. Well, if there's a big fucking whale out your window, wouldn't you look at it? Yeah. So, not me while hiding for my life, but
I think it was more of a what the fuck moment than
right. Rather than
there's my friend, the whale friend.
I'm chasing this person trying to murder him. Oh, it's a whale.
Yeah. Well, the part that made me laugh the hardest is the droid sitting there. I need you to get closer so I can scan this thing.
I know, and I was like,
"What out of here! It's right in front of you. If you've got line of sight, you can scan this motherfucker. What's wrong with you?"
It bothered me so much that they were just sitting out there in random space. There's A-wing. There's fighters right behind us now. What were they doing out there? They just happened to know they were just going to be there all of a sudden.
What the fuck, man?
The hell?
From the ship standpoint, the fighters that they were using, and even Ahsoka's ship, is very much an homage to the fighters and bombers of World War II.
Yeah.
I get that, but it still doesn't make sense why the fuck they were really out there.
It still doesn't explain why they're out there.
Doesn't explain, but it does explain the aesthetics and why those fighters.
I'm getting a little tired of the plot.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting.
The plot armor, it's killing Knock. And look, Knock is a Star Wars homer. He's almost like Star Wars Theory. He can actually put up with a lot, but this is killing him.
And I agree with Knock on this.
But I mean, and then another thing that we talked about before we got on the show, Joe, was the fact that they're pushing really hard to make it seem like Sabine's not going to get force powers when it's clearly indicating that she's going to get force powers. Like the fact that they keep saying, "Oh, you suck at the force." Over and over and over again. It's just literally
you protest too much.
She's somehow,
we see what you're doing.
This is what's pissing me off more than anything.
Yeah.
If she gets a force power, I'm gonna be done with this show.
Yeah.
But it's gonna happen
because I know that's like it's like hurting my soul. Just because she started thinking about it for a couple of days, she can now use the force, and then she'll be able to go beat Jen. Yeah, that's going to piss me more than when you just get easy training. Everything is so easy for the people in these shows, and
this is better have a montage.
This is the perfect example of Disney Star Wars. I mean, this is what the third MacGuffin we've been chasing, right? The map to get it to somebody. Who the fuck leaves a map for you to find them if they're trying to go away where you can't?
In the movie, they did that to find Luke.
And then these. There's no hero's journey. There's none.
No, there isn't.
There's no.
Technically, the map isn't to find the purpose of the map's existence was not Thrawn. The purpose of the map's existence was to find this other galaxy. And how you
it would make more sense to me if they said this is where the whales came from, and this is how they can go from galaxy to galaxy. They keep mentioning that, but that would make sense to me if that's what the map told you. But they're not doing it.
If you look at the map, you actually see the whales in the map. It literally shows you.
Right, but for the guy that doesn't know anything about these whales or anything, they keep saying Thrawn. They're not talking about the whales themselves.
That's what these guys' ultimate goal is. They don't care about the whales.
Right.
They're just trying to figure out how to get to Thrawn who was taken away. I mean,
the one guy I want to know his agenda and everything, we're not seeing him.
No, we're not, and he's passed away.
Well, the one guy that I want to see, we haven't even seen yet. So I mean,
no, I know.
We're not going to see him until episode 8, apparently. So,
dude, if it's episode 8 when he shows up, that's gonna suck.
It really is.
That's gonna.
I've been waiting since Mandalorian. See, you know what's crazy with Mandalorian? It seemed like every episode there was such a shock whenever they name drop somebody. Even when Ahsoka came about. Yeah. Like it's just there was the name. I was just shocked every time I watched the show because I was like, "Oh my god, I know the lore behind that. I know millions of people aren't going to understand the significance of this
jangling of keys."
Yeah, and now it's just like the only way you're going to get shocked is if Sabine gets powered, and I'm not going to be shocked. That's the thing. Like nothing shocks me about these shows at the depth of what they're going to make these characters just invincible. And
that's what I think. I really think ultimately that's why they're sitting on their hands with this writer strike and everything. I think they realize it's time to reboot this stuff, and they're going to get rid of the wokesters and get some decent writers in. Hopefully, I'm hoping that's what their agenda is. Soul Assassin says travel between galaxies is impossible. Ships can't navigate in the void.
Yeah, that's Soul's true.
Only ones who done it are the Vong.
Yeah.
Well, they never made a ship like the Eye of Sion before.
No.
This is the first of its existence. So, I mean,
that's one thing I did like was how they showed the schematics of the thing and how they were building it.
It doesn't need to navigate either. It's following a hyperspace lane.
Yeah.
And
that's what the map is really, right? It's showing you that hyperspace line that these whales are using.
That the whales use, and there was actually a time where the Jedi would use the whales or just use the Force in general to get through areas too. So
But my point was when we started the discussion was this is just a repeat of everything they do. We had a MacGuffin to find Luke Skywalker in the first one, the first movie they made. We had a MacGuffin, the Wayfinder, for the two of them to get to Palpatine in the third one. You know, now we've got this. Now this one makes more sense. Actually, out of all of them, it does make more sense.
Yeah,
Don't
the
forget
knife.
the knife
The
to
knife
find
that
the map
magically lined
to
up with
get,
the
The knife to find them. Don't even get me on Rise of Skywalker. I hate that movie. It's so fucking ignorant.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. So Soul Assassin's right. The map looks like a Rakan star
it
map.
does.
That's what
right on
the
this.
call from. Yeah, it's a star map.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, even that map makes sense. When I was playing it the other day, I thought that was pretty
it's
cool.
interesting. There's been some theories that the maps in this show might possibly be Rakan.
And there's
because there was a unknown ancient species that created it.
Yeah, and there's and I've noticed there's a bunch of stuff from KOTOR on the show. They're not a bunch, but there's a good amount of KOTOR stuff. And I'm like, okay, why are they doing this? Please do not fuck up me and Nock's favorite game.
I just feel like it's becoming too predictable.
Yeah,
it's probably going to kill her master. Going to be too aggressive. Turn actually to the dark side.
Oh yeah, she is.
Sabine's going to come back, learn Force powers, and defeat Shen. Yeah, and then they, whatever the threat is going to happen. But it's like these characters are predictable. Like this is almost probably what's going to happen.
One thing's for sure, it's going to have some kind of cliffhanger ending to it because the Filoni-verse finale is going to be that movie that he's making.
They need to hurry up and fight Thrawn. That's the only thing that's going to save it for me at this point. And
I'm like, wait, he's going to be in the last episode for maybe.
I'd like to see them find him halfway through, which is in another episode, really.
So, it's like,
and I would like to see how badass this guy is. I keep hearing about how badass he is.
Here's the problem. The next episode is going to be a big battle scene.
Yeah, it is.
Because they're not going to leave the planet in the next one. They might set off, at the end of it. But
at the end of it, that ring's taken off. I guarantee.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to happen. But that's going to be the end of the episode. So we're going to wait till you see episode 5, and then they have to actually get to where they're going in that episode because they're going to have a space scene of remembrance or training or some bullshit.
So the soonest we could probably see him is at the end of 5, right?
Yeah, I would find
maybe. And then 6, they still have to find him in the galaxy. So they're not like going to just appear at a hyperspace. He's going to be, he's right there.
Right.
So they still have to find him in this huge ass galaxy. So that's going to be episode 6. And then episode 7, maybe they'll find him at the end of 6. So it's like,
I'm glad.
Hang on just a second. Knock, you read that because he's quoting stuff I don't know about.
There's the Gree, Quak, Celestials, so many.
He's true.
Transports that were built by the Quak. I don't even know who that is. So they went to the war with the Rakata.
Yeah, this is all stuff from Old Republic.
I've never heard of the Quak.
This is all Old Republic lore. And I'm like, okay.
You're talking about the RPG?
This is the
that takes place during the Old Republic.
Well, this is the one that was online. They tell you a lot more stuff on the online one than they do in Old Republic.
Yeah, I haven't gone through all the lore of
KOTOR. And so I'm like, Soul is right. And I was like, okay, they're bringing up stuff from KOTOR 1 and 2, and then now they're bringing up stuff from Old Republic online. And I'm like, fuck.
Well, is it possible now? They remember, and we covered this, Jed. This is before you started streaming with us. We covered Star Wars Celebration, and they've got 3 movies that they're going to do. Yeah, they're going to do. Filoni's Baby is the one that wraps up the Disney Plus series. Okay, I know. The current ones, The Mandalorian, this one, and what's the other one? Is it Book of Boba Fett? Is that the other one? Yeah.
Yeah.
That has something to do with it too. Okay. So that's one. Then you got a Rey movie. Okay. Yeah. But then you've got
3 movies.
And it's supposed to be a really good director. I don't even remember who's supposed to be doing the one, but it's supposed to be about the first Jedi.
Yeah.
So maybe they're doing, because correct me if I'm wrong, KOTOR takes place thousands of years before this, right? So maybe they're hinting at that stuff to have it be involved in that one.
Isn't it, Knock? 4,000?
What's that?
KOTOR's 4,000 before everything started.
What is it? 2,900
Yeah, it was
about 3,000 years. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, you understand what I'm saying. Maybe that's why they're dropping all these Easter eggs about that stuff. Yeah. Maybe it's going to be stuff that's involved in the first Jedi movie. You know what I mean? And it's supposed to be a really good director making it too.
It's still gonna have Rey in it. I'm like,
no. No, this one I'm talking about is called The First Jedi. It's about the first guy to use the Force for the good side.
So I was like, okay, are they gonna start pulling out XR Kun and everything else? I was.
Oh yeah, Andor's involved in this too. I forgot. Andor is also in the Filoniverse thing, so I forgot about that.
I don't see how Andor's involved.
Oh no!
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. You're right. He's not involved.
He's dead by the time the Filoniverse.
They put out so much shit. I can't keep track of all of it.
Dude, there is.
Guys, hold on. Somehow,
Soul is right on that.
Well, Jet, you're reading my punchline. Somehow, Andor's back.
Andor's back. He's not dead anymore. That's right. Oh, just like Palpatine, he got blown up, but he's alive. That's it. Yes.
Yeah. The comics I never got into. Whenever it was lore having to do it, because there's like lore of when Luke goes bad. I never read that one.
Dark. Oh, I was gonna bring that up too, Knock. They're adding shit. They're adding shit from Dark Empire in Ahsoka now. I noticed too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. So you
guys, we're done talking about Ahsoka. You guys can keep going with this, but we're done talking about Ahsoka. So, folks, if you're worried about Ahsoka, you can tune back in now. We're done talking about Ahsoka. Yeah. But anyway, go ahead, finish your thought there, man.
But yeah, I was like,
matter of fact, you guys bear with me. I'm gonna go get some coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay. So I was
I just can't do I've always tried to get into comics just in general. And I just can't. I can't do it. Maybe it's because I don't have an iPad. I don't know. Because I can't do comics like the physical copies. Because the way I would want to do comics, I would want literally the entire series at my hands. Yeah. And the only way to actually do that is to do digital. But I don't want to read it on my phone because it's a pain in the ass to go from. You can't. It's too small, obviously, to see a whole comic page on your phone. But it's so annoying to go. Block by block.
I know. That's the reason why.
What do they call just the individual slides? The
panels.
Oh, I grew up.
That's what I was saying. The panels. It's annoying to scroll through the panels one by one. So it's like I have trouble getting into comics in general.
Oh, that's cool. And not everybody can get into it. I've tried.
Yeah.
There are some
I have the whole Walking Dead on my phone right now.
Oh yeah.
The entire series, and I heard it's so good, very very brutal, which is something I'd like to read, but I just can't get into it.
Yeah. Oh, so it's. I have all the old school Dark Horse comics were awesome because they had to do.
No, I'm sure they're right. It's just no. But for me, it's the novels. I gotta have it in a novel form.
Yeah.
That's just how I read Star Wars. And it's a shame. Just John, I don't know if you've seen this. I actually found it the other night. And Jed, there's a guy out there. I followed him. Let me see. I followed him the other night. He's literally making the animation of Heir of the Jedi books.
Yeah, I've seen something about it.
And they're very modest animations. And he's doing his own voices and he's doing all that. But he's doing the actual animation for the books line by line, and what the actual stuff going on in the books. And he created an animated version of it.
Yeah,
and it's actually not that bad. And it's like, that's the trilogy we always wanted.
Yeah.
And it's such a shame that we're missing out on Mara Jade.
Dude, I wanted Mara Jade and Luke to be
and she's still possible. She's still possible. There's nothing in the timeline that suggests that she's not possible.
Well, Luke's not around no more.
She actually didn't last that long, really, in the actual,
I know.
Well, before she met Luke, she was there.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. She worked for the Empire before
she was the Emperor's right hand.
She was one of the hands.
Okay.
If she was like the cleaner in Oh, sorry, John. I didn't mean to.
Quote Star Wars. No, there is another.
Yeah, right.
She was okay. If the Empire wanted something done,
I wasn't
she
done
was the
making my
cleaner.
point.
Hang on, Jed.
Oh, sorry, John.
Sebastian Stan looks just like a younger Luke Skywalker. They can have Sebastian Stan play Luke and do Mara Jade.
Yeah, it's eerie. Have you seen those pictures of him?
Dude, he looks good,
to him?
though. Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah,
he does. He does.
I'd love to see who? I know. I think we went through this before with who's our character. Who did we pick for Mara Jade? Did we do that one? Did we do?
Yeah, we did that. We actually did that.
I can't remember who we picked though.
I don't think it was Emma Stone.
No,
might have been
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone.
It was some other chick. Yeah.
pre Johnny, I would have said Amber Heard, but
fuck that bullshit. Yeah,
It's a
Not
shame,
anymore,
isn't it?
yeah,
It's a shame. It's a shame that her and the chick that plays Captain Marvel are just total retards. I mean, because they're gorgeous. They are total retards.
That's just a shitty choice.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, it's a shame that they're totally off the wall crazy.
Yeah,
because
she really shit the bed on that one.
Yeah, imagine that. Johnny can tell you all about it, baby. Yeah, he can. But you know what? It's funny. When all that shit was going on, I was like, look, Johnny, you get what you fucking paid for, bro, because you paid for tits and ass. There's no way, that's he wanted some young, good-looking chick on his arm, and that's what you get. You get a bag full of crazy.
That's what interesting. There is still a threat out there. There's still hinted, even in canon now, that there is another force out there waiting to invade the Republic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the.
I know a lot of people don't like the Yevon Vaughn, but it is still an option. Yeah. That could really happen at any time if they wanted to.
I believe that was the way that Lucas had actually mapped it out to begin with.
No, see, Lucas was originally going to do Darth Maul as the head of the Hutts or the gangs.
Yeah.
Because basically, once the Imperial was shattered, the New Republic was trying, which they suck at it always. But the Hutts were going to take over. The gangs were going to take over a lot.
The gangs. That would have been cool.
Darth Maul was going to take it all over. That was literally where Han Solo came in.
You want to talk about putting the wars in Star Wars? Imagine a Hutt war. That would have been the struggle to control for the galaxy.
You would have mercenaries. You could have still had Luke's academy with successful trainees, not getting slaughtered. Because now it just sucks because they're trapped. Everything they do now is trapped by these god-awful sequel movies, and they have to fill in everything. Everything has to explain their way to those
that
garbage. And so Andy Kennedy's like, we found a new Jedi. Is he going to go to Luke's academy? Well, he's dead.
Well, they're already saying us.
It's like, who cares who goes to his academy? Either they're dead or they left the place and they ended up not training there for very long or something.
Because the academy's fucking dust in Last Jedi.
It's a waste of time. It's a waste of what could be something, another good story. They have to cater to what the final project is, which is a stupid Imperial. Let's do the same fucking thing. And build a super weapon with one weakness that always gets exploited. And we don't know how to patch a fucking hole in the wall or something like that. And, it's always going to be there.
The thing I did like is in Return of the Jedi when they did this, it wasn't finished being built, so it was easy to destroy. They just had to fly in there and blow it up. They didn't do that again, but it is silly, man.
No, they had space horses walk along.
Space horses. I'm sitting there thinking, look, hang a left. They're gonna freaking fall.
They're still in gravity. It'd be super easy to get rid of them.
I was
we got guys on our wings. Leisurely to the left. Okay.
I'm like, space horses. What the fuck, man? You were high when you made that decision, okay?
No, the worst one is exactly what John was talking about earlier in this show. The fucking knife of destiny showing you where the fucking MacGuffin was. What the fuck? This thing has been falling apart for decades in the ocean, rusted piece of shit. You're telling me that silhouette's going to match up decades later?
And that was such a waste of Dark Ray, too, because she looks so cool.
Dude, I'm going to be honest with Knock.
They knew with our minds with that one. They knew it was going to be a 2-second scene, and yet they played it up so much, and it turned into nothing.
You know what? Yes. And Dark Ray would have been awesome because she would have went in there. Dude, I was all for Dark Ray. I hated fucking Mary. I wanted Ray to go fucking full on. I was like, shit, I'm okay with this. Like,
it's so unfortunate because that's another thing. Notice that something I've noticed that has been pointed out before is that like all the strong women on these shows, they're all perfect.
Yeah.
There's nothing really wrong with them.
No.
Like the things they have to overcome aren't really that hard.
Yeah.
It's like everything just comes naturally to them, and they try to make it hardships, but really, the fact that before the end of this season that Sabine is going to have force powers, Ahsoka doesn't really have to try, because she can dodge shit blasters and deflect.
Now, the one thing I got to tell you, the one thing I did like about the end of The Last Jedi was that kid grabbing the broom. You know what I mean?
So much potential.
They're gonna break.
It's obvious if they have an academy, there are other people that are force sensitive. But I get what you're saying about Sabine. She's not force sensitive, and it's fucking obvious that she's not. And all of a sudden now they're going to figure out a way to give her that shit. And then,
because she's thinking about it. She's accepting it. It's like Buddhism or something like that. You just, if you pray and meditate it long enough, you can do things with your mind. You just have to think about it hard enough. And it's like, that's not how it works.
Oh, that's not how the Force
works. Not how the Force works.
That's right. The immortal words of life. I've got to clip that, man.
Yeah, look at what
if we're going to keep talking Star Wars like this, I've got to clip that. Jed's waited 2 movies and a spin-offs for shit to get real. Come on, Evil Ray. Damn it.
Where's that comment? Evil Ray. I mean,
right? Damn it, man. I'd be on board with that, man. I always look, if any of the Jedi, and you guys, you're the lore experts, but it always seemed to me if any of the Jedi were going to go evil, it would have been Luke. You know what I mean?
Which is what they did in the comics.
He really rode the line, man. He never listened to the people that were trying to guide him. Never did.
That was the funny. That was the cool thing that I really like about. And I told him when we discussed our characters way back on that stream.
Yeah,
one of my favorite characters, Corran Horn. Luke would go to Corran and be like, "Hey, you're walking the line," and Corran would be like, "Dude, my father was shot right in front of me. I was in the police. I saw a bunch of. He was a cop. How much shit do you see as a cop, Joe?
A bunch.
So he's like,
I saw enough in 3 years in the military police corps to know I didn't want to be a civilian cop.
So he's like, dude, Luke, back off. I've seen way more than you have.
Yeah.
That was basically what he told Luke. He's like, dude, I have walked the line and I have backed away from it. You fell.
Yeah.
At this juncture, he had already gone to the dark side and gone back. And then he had Kit Duran, who went bad and then came back, and Luke basically forgave him. Yeah. And said, oh, he's cool. He's a Jedi now. And Kit took the Sun Crusher and destroyed a fucking planet with it.
Yeah, he did. I was like, holy
I don't
shit.
think that's one aspect of the spiritual. Go ahead, John. What?
And then Luke hid the Sun Crusher in the sun.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Well, that's one aspect. Go ahead, Jed. Go ahead.
No, I think they destroyed it at that point because the Sun Crusher was in the sun. Kit took it out, right? And then took it out.
No, after the second time they used the Sun Crusher, they destroyed it. The first time, when they got it back from Kit, Luke put it in the sun. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's how it went down.
I think he took it out of the sun and then did what he did, and then it was
potato. Listen to me real quick. One of the things they have not shown enough in these movies, and it's a great source to tap, is the fact that you can fall off the wagon and come back. I mean, that's the entire story of Darth Vader.
Redemption arc.
You know, they don't do it enough. I don't think.
Joe, I had this story in mind for a while where I have the perfect way to introduce Myra Jade. So, and this has to involve Rey. Rey goes full on dark side, starts fucking up, hey, there's nobody, and then Luke comes in, tries to kick her ass. Okay, get ready for this.
Can't do that now, but go ahead.
I know. But so Luke comes in, but then he gets his ass handed to him, goes back, licks his wounds, talks to Leia, and Leia goes, "There's somebody else out there." And then the way I do it, I was like, okay. So then there's how Luke accidentally meets Mara Jade. You already know where I'm going with this. Mara Jade.
I don't know these characters, but go ahead.
Not knows where I'm going with this, and then Mara Jade turns from the dark side to the light, and then you have Mara Jade going up against Rey, and then kill Rey, and at the last second, Mara brutally gets her, but it still stays on the line. I was thinking up all the shit that they could have done they just haven't done.
There's infinitely better possibilities they could have done.
I was like, that's how you introduce Mara Jade. Mara Jade comes in, takes care of Evil Ray. I'm like, oh.
That's cool. What's up, John? What'd you find?
You were right. I had the order wrong. But the Sun Crusher was destroyed by the Maw, where they hid the Death Star.
Okay.
The Death Star factory, or the
Death Star factory,
There were the scientists that created the Death Star, Joe, outside of the little hologram you see in Clone Wars.
Right.
They actually were basically in the middle of this black hole system called the Maw, and that's where they did it was super duper secret. And how the hell do you get into a bunch of black holes?
Right.
With the Force, basically. So
of course.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. Soul Assassin says you can't show intense stuff in Disney films, Jed. So no Nar Shaddaa.
Nar Shaddaa.
Oh, I was bringing Nar Shaddaa.
Oh, Nar Shaddaa. See, so if they had a gang, like the Hutts had taken over, Nar Shaddaa probably would have been the capital.
That's where you would find Mara Jade, because she's on the.
Think of Mos Eisley as a city.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. I'd love to go hang out.
I would bring in so many cool things. It wouldn't even be funny.
Well, if you play the second KOTOR.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you go there.
Cool, man. Well, I'm sold already. I am liking KOTOR. I am liking it. It's cool. It's just, you guys know what my issue with it is. I hate reading, and you do have to do a lot of that. But I am enjoying it, man. I did want to do that side mission, that Romeo and Juliet thing, before I left the planet. So yeah. And by the way, if you guys aren't keeping up with it, I'm on Kashyyyk now. Getting my ass busted on that place.
Yep.
But
I'm gonna say it. It's gonna get worse.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, you stopped right before a fight that I can't.
Yeah, I did. I was waiting for just sitting there with bated breath, like, is he gonna walk into
Nar Shaddaa means glorious jewel in Hutt language.
It is.
It's a shithole.
Yeah, and they have a smaller moon there too, don't they? Or is Nar Shaddaa the moon? I can't remember. It's like one of the. I think the Nahata is the planet or something like that, where it's actually Nar Shaddaa, I think, is the moon, and then like the planet's like the main hub for the main planet for the Hutt, something like that. It's been a while since I've read that.
So basically, there's so many different things they can do, man, and I really hope that this series turns around, kind of like Andor did about halfway through. Hopefully, it'll happen, but I'm not holding my breath for it. At this point,
it's just going to be their actions at this point that piss me off.
Yeah, right. You kind of know where they're going with it, right?
Yeah, this story just doesn't seem that unexpected.
No,
the Mandalorian, you had no idea what he was going to do every episode.
No, and that was the cool thing about it. Of course, we weren't really into the spiritual side of it. We had the Grogu character, but I mean, they kind of. I don't know. They kind of mucked that up, if you ask me. They should have had Grogu go away with Luke.
Mm-hmm.
He should have left the show. I'm sorry. This whole thing of building him an exoskeleton and all this bullshit. I'm like, man, come on.
That was a little cheesy for me. It was just like, when's the little fucker going to talk?
Right? When is he going to say something?
We don't know a whole lot about the species in general, but he's over 50 years old.
Yeah.
And so that's got to be at least 5 in Yoda.
He should be able to talk by now. Come on.
Yeah, he should be saying something.
We understand that Yoda talks in broken English, but it's probably just because he doesn't understand English with a fuck.
Well, you look at Yaddle. Yaddle doesn't do that, I don't think.
I'm not sure.
I don't really know. She's in Tales of the Jedi. She talks in that one. And,
yeah.
So, but, so it's like, when's he going to talk? So, and when is he just going to? Is all he's going to do is just like we just see Vision, or we just see him jumping around every once in a while? Like that's it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. So getting back to the stuff we saw this month, what do you guys think was the best thing that came out this month? Now we're talking
Meg 2. Meg 2.
We had Gran Turismo. We had now. I don't think anybody's seen Grand. John, have you seen?
I'm waiting until it hits the high seas. To see
Yeah,
that, so.
yeah.
Well, it's already on the high seas, but it's not a good copy.
It's not a good copy.
Yeah, it's not a good copy. Yeah. Me and John keep an eye on this shit.
John, did you get to see The Last Voyage of the Demeter?
No, I didn't. But now that it's on streaming or on demand, I'll get a chance.
Is it on?
To see it.
Okay, so it's on.
It.
What do they call that? Theater at home. That's the. It goes from the theaters and then it goes to the streaming services like Vudu and Prime, where you can get it.
Well,
like $20 pay-per-view kind of thing, and then it goes to the streaming service.
You can buy them for the $20 and you can rent them for like $5-6.
Yeah.
Or you could do it just like this.
Except if you want the ultra HD, it's 25 to buy and then 20 to rent or something like that.
That's crazy.
Or you can look in private chat and see what you get.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I see you. I see you there, man. Yeah. I'm not putting it on the airwaves. I'm not promoting that.
That's the reason why I put it in private chat.
I'm not putting my pirate hat on.
But I enjoyed Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
I thought it was decent for another origin movie.
It had a few problems, but all in all, for a DC movie that was built under the leadership that this was made under, it's probably the best that they've done.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
I don't get the flack that James Gunn is getting it for, though.
Well, he shouldn't get any for it because it had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, he had nothing to do with this. He's like, "Why is this even showing if it's a?" It's like, well, this was in the works before he took over.
Right.
Hey, Static, what's up, brother?
Oh, is he in the house?
Static, by the way, got his account banned for no reason.
Yeah, on
Twitter.
Sorry to see that, buddy. Obligatory algo chat and thumbing. Hello, gentlemen.
Thank you,
it's
brother.
good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for watching, man. This is one that I really wasn't hyped to go see in the theater. I just don't know anything about the character. But I'm definitely going to watch it when it comes on to Max. That's for sure.
Yeah,
but for me, it was killed. It was killed a while ago when they basically said that these movies, they're just null and void. There's no future for them. Yeah,
they're lame ducks.
Yeah, they're lame duck movies. It's not going to be part of the universe going forward. So why are you?
I do hope that obviously they said, like you mentioned it before, Blue Beetle itself is going to be back. I do hope they bring. Maybe they don't have to bring like this version of it, but I do hope they bring the actor back.
No,
he did a good job.
Oh, Static said he's back on X.
Okay.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's Twitter.
It's pronounced Twitter.
Oh, I'm back on X. Now, did you have to make a new account, Static, or did they reinstate you? Let us know in the chat, please. Because I retweeted what Wookie put out about it, and I tagged Elon Musk. So, like, he's going to listen to me, but he says nope. Okay, I don't understand what nope means, but I'm sure you'll expand on that. Soul Assassin says wasn't interested in Blue Beetle at all. Yeah. So, but yeah, man.
Well, what I enjoyed the most out of movies that came out this month was Meg 2.
Yeah, I agree with him. Yeah. Meg 2 was,
okay.
I agree with him. Meg 2 was good.
Yeah. I heard that my man was swimming at some serious depths and not getting crushed. I thought that was kind of
fun. Oh yeah, John, you want to talk about some of that shit where he kept diving into all this shit and he came out fine?
Yeah, there's no real science in this movie, but
check your brain at the door, boys and girls. Check your brain at the door.
At one point in the movie, he goes, "As long as I can push out the air in my lungs, I can go out and come back and hit the button." He comes back, starts bleeding out his nose, still swimming fine, gets to the door, and then passes out, and then wakes up. And the other guy's there, and they get into a fight, and he's kicking his ass. And I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck just happened?
I can tell you what happened. He got Stathamed.
Yeah, there you go. He got Statham. That's it. Jason Statham. He's the modern. He is the modern day Chuck Norris. Damn it!
I was so
Yeah, he is.
confused because I'm still on Blue Beetle, and you guys were talking about Meg too, and I was like, it took me a second to realize what you guys were
I
talking
was
about.
like, holy
I was like, what are you
shit,
talking
dude.
about? I mean, he has a Blue
Dude.
Beetle has a suit. He can go really
Yeah,
far. Into
right?
the-
He can go anywhere,
And
right?
then
He goes space if he
Stephen
wants
dives
to.
into
No
the
sense to me.
thing at one point, drags this chick out, and like all this other shit. It's just like, I'm like, he goes,
Yeah.
don't worry, I got this. And he goes, and the other three take up. He goes out, fucking destroys one shark. The other two come after him. He's swimming for it. I was like,
Yeah,
holy
there's more than
shit.
one in this, right? Yeah.
There are
Dude, yeah.
3.
There's
Oh, wow.
3, and then there's a surprise monster, which I don't want to give it away.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
don't
we're
give
not
that
gonna
away.
because that's
Don't
we're
do
not
that.
give that away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soul Assassin says if Static is on X, does that make him the new Static
X.
X? And he says same account. Video will be made shortly, going over my suspension and new Twitter speech moderation policies. Okay, very cool. We'll have to watch that, and I'm glad to see you're back, man. I was
Yep.
I was behind the push to get you get your case looked at for sure. Yeah, we were not happy about that at all,
No,
bro.
dude, and I said something about it too. I was like, what the fuck? Like, how
This
did
guy, yeah. If you knew this guy, Knock, he doesn't do anything controversial.
dude? And here's me, and I have over here. I have to put full armor every time I put a tweet up. Like, like. Am
You're
I
welcome,
gonna
Static.
dodge-
You're welcome,
Am
buddy.
I gonna dodge this shit or what?
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
You see some of the shit I put out, and I'm like,
Yeah. That's why I suggested you go to Rumble when you're doing the Roadhouse show.
yeah, I'm
let's
like,
see.
yeah.
The non-controversial days are over. Very good. Very good. Well, look, with the election coming up, you got to watch yourself. Make use
Yeah.
of Rumble while they're still not curtailing.
Yeah,
speech.
this is the reason why I said
Yeah.
we were going to do the hour of the Roadhouse on just talking about thing and then go over to Rumble and
And who suggested that to you?
you, Joe.
Who's that?
You.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, everybody's doing it now. That's why I suggested it to you.
Yeah.
I figured that would make you enjoy yourself a lot more doing your show.
Yeah, we had a lot more fun over there. I mean, don't
Mhm.
right, John? We have a lot
Yeah.
more fun over there because we don't have
Yeah, I
to
think
worry
so.
about what we say, and we can show clips and shit without getting hammered every 2 minutes. So.
I
talk
just
about
saw
stuff
a
that would
visual
get
of
us
this
banned
Meg
here.
movie though. That just
Dude, 2 is insane.
yeah, I just saw the
I
first
was
thing.
like-
Hang on, let me refresh it, and I will
Okay.
show you what I'm talking about. Hang on. Look at that. That's a Quint scene right there.
Dude, when he
You saw
was
it for a
going through
second.
that scene,
He's putting
I
his
was
foot
like-
up to keep the shark off of him.
Yeah,
man. That was
and
pretty
I was
cool.
like, I laughed at the beginning of the movie because I was like, holy shit, they turned it into Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what it looks like to me. Yeah. Oh well, this right here, that's from '65. Has
Yeah.
anybody seen that movie? By the
No,
way,
that's not from 65.
no, this is
That's-
a trailer.
that's
For
Oh, this is
this is
from
the
that?
start.
Okay.
This is the
Okay.
start of it.
I got it.
This is the
So it
very
does have
start of the movie.
dinosaurs in it.
Make,
I got you.
make 2
Okay.
at the top, and you're like, this
Yeah.
is 65.
Well, it said 65 million years ago, and I know that movie came out this year, so I thought
Well,
maybe.
I mean, other things.
Oh
came
my
out.
gosh, that's
It-
bad for you. Wow, that's bad for you.
Dude,
Oh my God.
comes out, the shark comes out and just like, what's up, bro?
I don't want to
like the
show
little
too much of
logo
that.
under the
So
water. That was kind of cool.
let's not.
You
show
should
too much more of that.
get the full trailer, show it up for people because it's awesome. I want
Okay,
people to
well,
see this.
okay.
Jed,
If
we
you
know
want-
your history with trailers. I
Yeah,
don't trust you. You never know when there's gonna be such. There's gonna be a maid some tits out or
I
something like that. I don't know.
I can verify that this trailer's fine.
Yeah,
You know what's
yeah.
funny? You know what's funny? I was going through my fucking StreamYard recording list the other day. I think it was because Danny needed a copy of the show that he and I did just recently.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'll be damned if the thumbnail for that fucking show is that girl walking down the stairs with her boobs up. That's the thumbnail in my StreamYard. I'm like, son of a bitch, I can't get away from this. Holy shit. What in the hell,
And
man?
people, and I got asked, he's like, why don't I see you on more shows? I'm like, I'm controversial and I say what I'm honest.
Yeah, but a lot of it has to do with where you live and the hours you keep. That has a
Yeah.
lot to do with it too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me get on the right thing here.
Low
Hey there,
spec,
Low Spec.
brother. What's up, low spec?
Is the penguin here?
Mr.
Yes, the
Penguin.
penguin
is
is
here.
here. The penguin is here.
There. Yeah.
And Static says, oh yeah, he's saying hi to Low Spec. Okay, let me get this set up for you guys, and we will watch it. Hang on. Let's see. First of all, I'm gonna have to stop sharing and reshare.
Yeah.
Let me get this at full speed here.
Now,
Make sure I'm gonna have.
I'm not going to go full Star Wars again, but there is one thing I mentioned it before is something like Darth Bane, where I need more evil, man. I'm tired of this Disney.
Oh, dude, I'm with you, Knock. I want evil.
I want some more. I want to see more Darth Vader. I want to see some more dark side stuff, and it's just.
Dude, there's so much.
There's just not enough of it. It's too much redemption crap, and
there's
become
so
a
much
Jedi.
they could do. Like I said, they could bring Bane out and
they can introduce the Sith species. Like that'd be pretty cool.
Soul Assassin says, "I want Darth Talon."
Now,
they're never going to do Talon. If they do Talon, they're going to fuck it up.
Yeah, Talon was going to be a thing if Darth Maul had been.
Yeah,
it would have been Darth Talon.
Yeah,
she was a hot, red-skinned Twi'lek. Like
hold your thoughts. We're fixing to get into the stuff here. Hang on a second. Let's see. All right, here we go. This is the Meg 2, boys and girls.
I'll probably never see
that right there made me think it was 65.
Well,
I thought we were watching a 65 trailer.
There's a difference. There's a difference between this and 65.
Yeah,
these are actually accurate to the fossil record. 65 dinosaurs are not.
Now, let me ask you something. It's based on a series of novels. Am I hearing this correctly when you guys have talked about it?
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely pull up a link where people can look at that.
Based on a true story.
One species. Rules the
world.
world. Looks cool really, as shit, man. That does.
It's nuts at the end,
the return of the plot armor.
Dude, I can't wait for Meg 3. I know John can't either.
There is nothing wrong with movies where you walk in and you know what you're getting. There is nothing wrong with that at all. Really.
Hey, so if you guys want to have it in Joe's chat, there's the link to the Goodreads for the book, so you guys can see that.
Hang on, I'm fixing to show the page here in a second. John already got it for me. I've got to pop out the chat on my channel because apparently for some reason StreamYards is not showing it to me. I'm sorry about that.
I was wondering why it was only showing my chat.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what
that was weird.
That's a StreamYards thing.
The third book takes place 18 years after the first one.
Yeah, so there's going to be huge change.
Yeah, that's very weird. I don't know. I don't know.
Dude,
how
that kid is going to be like a middle-aged kid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's not going to be middle-aged.
She's going to be close.
She's a young 30. Adult. She's a young adult. She's in her early mid-20s.
So
let's see. Drop that. I don't know what the hell is going on with that shit right there. I really don't know. I don't know.
Well, Meg 2 might have been
you guys watching me on my channel, I appreciate it. I'm sorry I can't see your chats and can't highlight them. It's got to be something going on with StreamYards, but it's good to see you guys over there. E. Clay Thomas is over there. And Wookie Be Bad.
Wookie's here.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate you being there, guys. And I will respond to you here.
Yeah, Keith Chow and everybody's.
But let me show you guys this. Let's see. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, so thank you guys coming over to Joe's.
Yes,
too,
sure.
So appreciate you guys.
Now, I got a wild suggestion here, Joe. What we do next? This is going to be insane. Okay. What if we did the IGN?
Do we have to?
He wants to get
we could get a good half hour in. We might get a good chunk of it done. You never know, man.
Before we get into that, I have to say, Meg 2 was the best movie that came out for me, but it wasn't the best thing that came out for me.
Yeah.
The best thing officially released in August for me is Baldur's Gate 3.
The game.
And Starfield comes out tonight, and I'm not going to get to play it.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Comes out tomorrow.
Oh, there's if you pre-ordered
that's tomorrow.
Tonight.
That's tomorrow. Because it's at midnight.
You can literally go to it. It says Platinum Edition 1 day.
Okay, yeah. I'm so pissed. about that I can't play.
Yeah, I'm going to do the 6 day. I'm not doing that. I could spend $30.
I don't think my computer.
I'm not going to have that much time this weekend to do it. Football and Morgan Wallen. There's no point.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, this is the book series, guys. It's by Steve Alton. You can check it out. This is from Goodreads. This is the link that you saw in the chat there. Apparently, there's several of them. So
1977 is, or 1997 is the first one.
Primal Waters, I guess, is the next one we're gonna get.
Yeah,
I think what was it?
El's Aquarium. I love these titles.
Yeah, dude,
El's Aquarium.
Awesome. They got
Night
content for a
Stalkers.
while.
Right.
Generations. Meg Purgatory. Oh
yeah, I know. Isn't that awesome?
That is badass, man.
All the ghosts of the people the Megs have killed come back to haunt them.
Right. Come back to haunt the shark itself. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. I should have had that up before the show started. Let's see. Where is my IGN link? There it is. Top 100. I think we're on 50, aren't we? I think.
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
Pretty sure we are.
Let me see.
We made it down to 50. The last time we talked about it, we knocked out quite a few.
What was the name of the last one?
That's what I'm fixing to find out.
I'll remember.
I'm pretty sure we made it to 50. 51 was Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah, that was where we left off.
Yeah, I remember discussing that. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so let me get this going on here. And we are at 50, which is Earthbound. Story of Ness, Paula, Jeff, and Pooh's journey across a strange and slanted version of America.
That should have been way higher.
Yeah.
Way. That should be in the top 20.
Really?
So,
Earthbound.
Don't know
top
nothing
20.
about it.
Never heard
I don't
of
know
it.
about top 20. I'd put it in the top 40, but not top 20.
Okay. Well, what okay, first of all, PC, console, what was it?
It came out on
NES.
NES,
or Super.
The
Nintendo.
original NES.
Super.
I think it was
Super Nintendo.
I think it was Super Nintendo.
Because I had this. It came with a guidebook, and it was the most expensive game at the time because it came with a guidebook, the cartridge, and like some other cool shit. And it was like $200 for the set, the whole thing. And
well, you could get it cheaper than that, but
what was the premise? What was the premise on that one?
You're a little boy that finds out there's space aliens and all these alternate realities, and you got to fight against like everything that's coming to take over Earth, basically.
Okay. So basically, where Star Ocean got its inspiration from.
Yeah, so it came out in the early 90s. So.
Speaking of Star Ocean, I had that game and I never played it, and I ended up selling it back just because it didn't spark my interest.
Star Ocean's awesome.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I think the same company that made Star Ocean made this.
Okay.
Okay.
So the next one,
I get confused on who's making what.
Right. Okay, the next one is Diablo 2. I have never played the Diablo series.
I never did 2. I played 1 a bit. But I never did 2, and then 3
I made a lot. I made a lot of money in 2.
Made a lot of money?
I think they were
selling.
They're just skins.
No, not skins. Selling items.
Or items.
Yeah, I got you.
Weapons, armor.
I got you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On the third-party market, that's what they tried to fix that and say, oh, we're going to have our own marketplace, but they had to ditch it.
Basically, there's a reason why there's things that are account bound now in TCUO.
Yeah, because
so there's not a third party market out there, another economy.
I hear you. Hang on,
I probably made thousands of dollars.
Check. Yeah. Okay, so Diablo 2 is 49. Let's see what 48 is. We're starting to get up there now. StarCraft.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean that's I've never played it myself, but I've definitely heard a good amount about it.
I've never heard of it. What is this game about?
It's a space it's a space MMO.
I played it for a little bit.
No.
Is it not an MMO?
It's an RTS.
Yeah, it is.
And it's the national sport of Korea.
The highlight of StarCraft is its multiplayer.
Yeah,
But
it's
it says
basically
an
the national.
excellent RTS. It says it right
Yeah.
there in the first line.
It's basically the national sport of Korea because Korea just adopted it and got into it, and all the top players were all Korean.
Yeah, it's true.
Huh.
I played it for a little bit and got bored. So
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So the next one, World of Warcraft is 47.
That's
Wait. The
Wait,
top
you have-
MMO in history is halfway up the list.
You got 3 of the by the same company in
Yeah,
all right one after another.
I think they just got lazy.
Yeah.
How in the
I
fuck
can't
is
wait
World
to
of
see those
Warcraft
games
not in the
for a while.
top
You know what it
5
is?
video games of all
I think
time?
I know. It's a Nintendo fan. It's a
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Well,
We're gonna see Zelda top 5. We're gonna see Mario. We're gonna see a Nintendo stuff.
IGN, it's clear you've got Nintendo in your pockets. No doubt about it. That's just silly.
IGN is corrupt as fuck. What are you talking about? Man?
All right.
Okay,
So
so
this
the
is-
next one we got is
Okay.
Star Wars.
All
Knights
right.
of the Old
It should be
Republic.
higher.
It should be higher, but that's just
Yeah.
a biased opinion. But
Yeah, it should be higher.
it's definitely
You know
deserves
that.
to be on this list.
And
Yeah.
all you need to know about this is they don't know what they're talking about, first of all, because it says it's set 4,000 years.
Right. 3,900, not 2,000.
Yeah.
3,900 years. So yeah.
Okay, 4,000 then. Okay. All right. So they're not full
Yeah.
scale. But I'm doing a playthrough of it right now. So if you guys want to know more about it, go watch that then. What are we on? Part 13 coming up next week, I think.
Yeah,
unlucky part?
I thought it was 14.
Oh, wait a minute.
3,956 years.
Wait a minute. You guys were all hyped to see me get to the next boss battle in this thing.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it on the unlucky episode 13.
It's
This
not
is
a
not
boss
good.
fight. What I was referring to is not a boss fight. But it is
This is not good. This is not good.
This
I
is
do
gonna
not
be
feel
good.
good about this.
Lucky
This
number
is gonna be
13.
good.
What are you talking
I
about?
do not.
This is going to end poorly.
This is gonna be awesome.
This is fine.
And
This is fine.
me and Knock are gonna be.
This is
sitting
fine
there
while the
waiting.
house is all burning down.
Yeah.
Fine.
If David comes over, me and David are gonna be busting your chops like the whole time.
You have to play that.
All right, move on. Nothing to see here. Please, Pittsburgh. Nothing to see here, please.
It's going to be like that, is it, guys? Damn. All right, let's see. The next one is Fallout New Vegas, it looks like.
Oh,
That
Oh.
should
come
be
on,
freaking
that should
higher.
be higher.
I'm telling you, it's got to be Nintendo, man.
Dude,
It's
they
gotta
got
be.
two
That's
of
a
the
top. That's a top 10 game.
That's such
Yeah,
a
it is a
beloved
top
game.
10 game.
man.
Yeah.
Is that the one that you were showing me your base and everything on? Is that New
No,
Vegas?
that's Fallout.
No.
That's Fallout 4.
Yeah.
That's Fallout 4? Okay.
Yeah,
This
Fallout
is
4 was the
Fallout
one that kinda did
Vegas.
the
This
base
was
building.
actually put out by Obsidian and not Bethesda.
Okay.
And it is
Obsidian went on
considered-
to do what was the one they did? The space one they did.
I know, Soul. Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds,
Outer
yeah.
Worlds.
Outer Worlds.
I should
they're
know.
called-
I've got it, and
Yeah,
and I beat it.
yeah, we're learning that.
I
so
haven't even beat
just a
it. I'm a
talking
huge
point.
RPG guy. Does that tell you something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But-
Yeah.
You
Friggin'
want-
Joe
Joe,
Jackson
Joe,
says
you want-
IGN's list is rigged, no doubt. Yep.
Joe, you want to talk about reading?
What?
There's a lot of
no
reading
more
in
lore
that
than
game.
in a Fallout game.
Really? Yeah. Well, I heard a lot of it is historical based. When David was playing it, he was telling me I'd love walking around in Boston because it has a lot of the stuff about the American
Yeah,
Revolution.
yeah.
Fallout
it
4, I
does.
think you would really like.
4 is awesome.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just the setting of it, yeah. But there's a lot of lore. Where you read
And
the computer.
there's
and they
there's
have-
not much reading in it.
yeah,
Well, there's optional reading.
yeah,
but-
not that that's needed for sure.
Yeah, because
I
the
think
protagonist is
you would love
voiced.
4. Yeah.
Yeah.
So remember what I told you about the voice protagonist?
Yeah.
This is the game that came out with the voice protagonist, and people didn't like it because it affected their role playing.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay. I
People
got
bitched, and I was like, I'm kind of cool with this. I've
Yeah,
been
I'm
wanting
down.
to.
I'd be
voice.
down with it, but
Yeah.
hey, that's just me because I don't like reading. Low Spec says Fallout New Vegas should be much higher. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're finding out. These guys are in the pockets of NES apparently. So, let's see. The next one we got is Final Fantasy. Is that 6 or 7?
Six.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's 6.
So I
Final
don't think I
Fantasy
ever played
6.
this one. I actually started my Final Fantasy playthrough a couple weeks back. I did number 1, done number 2, now I'm on number 3. So I'm actually going through the whole set. I never really played 1 through 6.
My kids played the hell out of 7.
6 is
Yeah,
They
7
loved
was where I came in. 7 and Tactics and 8, 9, 10, 11. Not 11 because that's an MMO. I didn't get into that one. 12 and then 13 is where I lost it.
Where you go to the Opera House, it's really cool. It's insects.
I'm gonna say something controversial.
Uh-huh.
I liked 8 better than I liked 7.
Really? Okay.
A lot of people really love.
Which one is that? Which one is 8?
8 is the one where it's the what do they call them? The special schools that can move around. You had to take the seeds test at the beginning.
Dude, I don't know.
That's the one with the dude with the sword gun.
Yeah, but that second half of the game was
the storyline was crazy. In that
it was just a dream and shit, basically, and I'm like,
The weird thing about that game was that you could get to level 100. I always got to level 100 in that when you invade the second school and you have that ice rink. Yeah. And you have that ice rink, you get like a ton of experience from those guys. So you just get to level 100, but levels didn't really mean much in that game.
No.
It was really weird.
Well, the Final Fantasy series, I watched my kids play it, and they played the hell out of 7. And it was funny. We had this running joke. The frogs in that game, how they bounce back and forth. Well, everything bounces back and forth. But I had just shown the kids Jerry Maguire for the first time. And David, being the oldest guy, the guy that really played it really hard and heavy, he said, yeah, the frogs are being great. They're hanging their balls out there, because there's a line of Jerry Maguire says, that's how you become great, man. You hang your balls out there.
He says, I hang my balls out all the time.
The frogs are just, they're being great. That's what they're doing.
I think the cool thing about Final Fantasies is that they're all different stories.
Yeah, they are.
So you can play them out of order.
I love Final Fantasy X. That's one of my favorites.
13
Did you guys like Did you like the animated movie they made? The CGI movie
when it first came out? I loved it. I never did understand. I never understood the hate for that. It was literally like there's not like there was anything they had to go off of. Like they weren't making another. They were making another story. Like there's not like they weren't true to the games. Like there was no game. Like there was. It's Final Fantasy. None of the games are the same. They're all different games. It's just another story with really cool
the exception of like X1, X2, X3 Lightning Return.
Yeah.
That's 13. That's 13 Lightning was 13.
I actually really dug X2 with the chicks and
the dress up one.
I thought the different jobs were really cool.
They were.
I just dug it.
I think Joe would like 10 too.
So I was all for it.
Well, the turn-based thing kind of turns me off of things, man. I'm not really into that.
Later Final Fantasies are more action.
Yeah, they're still kind of turn-based, but you're still moving around and action-based.
Dude, Final Fantasy 16 was awesome for me.
I haven't played that. I haven't looked at that yet.
Now, which one was it? And we'll get back to this in just a second. But there was one that a lot of guys were leaving World of Warcraft to go play.
That's Final Fantasy
14. Yeah. 11 and Final Fantasy 11 and Final Fantasy 14s were MMOs. I never really got into it. 14's still going. It's like DC.
Yeah, it is.
It's still hanging in there.
I heard that a lot of people have left World of Warcraft to play that one.
Yeah, when World of Warcraft came out with a bad expansion and people ditched it, and then they came out with a decent expansion, so people came back. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, it's good to see you got choices. You got options. The next one on the list. This is one I'm sure that my daughter would love. It's Pokemon Yellow. That's
that's Pikachu.
Love that game. Yeah, Pikachu's game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't really know much about the Pokemon games. I assume it's all about collecting Pokeballs with the monsters in them or something.
It's collecting Pokemon with the Pokeballs.
Okay.
You literally throw it at them.
Yeah.
Okay. And you battle in this thing against other players or something?
You can on your belt or on your persons, you can hold up to 6 different Pokemon. So you battle. If you're in tall grass, it starts a battle, and you can see other Pokemon in different areas. Each area had its own set of Pokemon that you can attempt to catch. You had to get them at low health in order to have a better chance of catching them. That's basically what it was.
Was this the one that you guys were playing with Redburst at one point early in our DCUO career? Is this the game? I know there was a Pokemon game.
Pokemon Yellow was like early 2000s, so no.
Yeah.
No. Okay. All right.
This is Game Boy Color.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's way early. Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah, the first one. Red and blue were the first two.
Yeah, red and blue were on the original Game Boy. They there was no color, and then they had color, so they came up with yellows. It was the same game, and it was the same story. It was just Pikachu was your main your main Pokemon, rather than choosing the 3 different elements.
I like Pokemon Yellow myself.
Because the first time, because you watch the cartoons, and Pikachu doesn't like a Pokeball, so he was always at Ash's side, and out of the Pokeball.
He doesn't like being trapped in the Pokemon.
So in Yellow, you had Pikachu following behind you, and you just trained him.
That's cool. All right, the next one is Metroid Prime.
I love Prime.
I'm not a fan of side scrollers, but it's a huge game. So
dude, it should be higher.
That's what I hear.
Metroid
something else.
Any of the SGDQs or AGDQs, you're always going to see Metroid Prime, Metroid of one of the Metroids on it.
Yeah.
So
they really like the Metroidvanias, which is that style of game, that side scroll.
It's like Castlevania. Castlevania is
that's why I call it Metroidvania.
Well, Prime was the first 3D one, though.
Real quick, before we get too far away from it, Soul Assassin says Charmander is Chad starter Pokemon.
yeah.
There you go.
No one
but anyway, go ahead.
No one picked Bulbasaur. Just know that.
Yeah.
Prime was the first time you got
actually my niece picked Bulbasaur.
And what's funny is Bulbasaur starting out is actually probably one of the better ones because he could beat Onyx like it was easy.
Yeah.
My
gosh. But Metroid Prime apparently is a really popular game. I've never seen it played, but it is a side scroller, which I enjoy side scrollers, but it's got to be really good for it to be successful. These
Prime isn't a side scroller. They went 3D with this one.
Oh, okay.
I think it goes more. It's like Sonic, where it kind of goes.
They went full on 3D for the first time with Metroid instead of doing it side scroller. And that's I loved it even more because you do. I beat all the other the Metroid back when it came out. That took me like I don't know how long because there's so much backtracking in the original Metroid, but this one I had fun with. I had a good time.
I beat the original Metroid back in the day, but then again, I didn't help because I bought the books.
So John, here the big twist in Metroid, Joe, is that the entire time it's a chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that it's a chick in that armored suit.
When you beat it and you saw the chick in I think it's like a bikini or something like that.
Yeah. I'm like, well, because it's supposed to be like the shot from Aliens with Ripley.
Yeah.
The underwear shot.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's the reason why they did it. And then everybody.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Female. So I was like, that's weird.
Here's the thing, John. Joe. Everybody lost their shit when they found out Samus was a girl. Like,
were they going, ooh?
And I was like, hey, that's cool. We got more chicks that we can play with. I'm like, yeah.
I'm down with it.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm a lesbian trapped in a man's body. I'm not afraid to say it. No doubt. All right, let's see. The next one. Oh, yeah. Well, this one, I know Knock is a big fan of this one. Skyrim is at number 41.
Dude, Skyrim should be higher, right, Knock?
This is a game that's been ported to everything.
It's
for the last 15 years.
Hey, Joe, you can play it on those new smart refrigerators.
Yeah, it's like
what?
It's on everything.
This game came out on 11/11/11.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this game has been out. This game has been out since 2011.
Yeah.
It's been out on 3. It's like Grand Theft Auto 5. It's been out on 3 different consoles.
And this is like that should be in the top 10 right there.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about playing it because Knock's been telling me about it for years. He loves it. He plays it all the damn time.
Dude, Knock.
I mean, it's one of his fallbacks. He plays that a lot.
Oh, I have like 900 hours in it. Sorry,
I thought it was a first-person game, though. I thought it was a first-person game myself.
It is.
And
you can change from first.
But you can change it to third person, apparently, according to him.
You can do either.
Yeah, Fallout. You can play third person. I prefer playing first person though.
I don't like playing first person. I never have. I want to see my character. That's just all there is to it. That's why I never played Overwatch. I never played that one because it's first person. You know?
Why would you want to play that anyways?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I
feel you. But yeah, Elder Scrolls. I'm really thinking about playing that in the future. We'll see what happens. But the fact that this game never goes down in price should tell you something about it. It's
well, they keep making new versions of it too.
Yeah, they keep coming out with new versions of it. I think the big, the big, yeah. I was fixing to say the big new thing was fishing in the last one, right?
Yeah,
a new fishing system or something. Yeah.
And they gave you all the paid DLC, the paid fan mods, basically that caused all the controversy in their the store in the game. They in the anniversary edition they give you the majority of it.
Now, what's cool about Skyrim and Fallout 4 is that they were the first games where you can actually use PC type mods in a video game on a console.
Yep. Yeah.
Which is really
I was talking
cool.
to John about that today.
They're not as good as the PC ones, especially because they don't include like Nexus mods, which are the best mods you get.
Yeah,
break your game if you have too many of them.
Yeah.
But
if you don't know what you're doing,
there's one guy I've seen on TikTok where he has the Chat GPT follower, where he can literally into his mic talk to the follower and she will respond to him in proper manner. To whatever.
Get out of town.
Yeah. And it's engineered by Chat GPT to create her voice and create her what she's going to say back to you. Respond with.
Wow, that's cool.
Nuts. Like that's the future of gaming. Like that's you're going to have guys with full on girlfriends on these shows.
That's but let me tell you something. That's not a good thing. I mean, you can do that for fun. You can do it for fun, but guys that take it serious, that's the danger of it.
Talking about mods, I'm in the mod it till it bleeds camp.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, I would love to be able to take a console game because I don't play PC. And I guess, if I make a bunch of money in the future, I'll get a gaming PC where I can do whatever I want with it.
Yeah,
then I'll mod something out. But half of my characters I'd be playing with would be hot bitches in bikinis. That.
You can. If you want the adults, this is for Jed.
Yeah.
The adult, most of the.
He'll be back. He's busy with something real quick, guys.
The hot chicks, you can get the hot chicks on Nexus.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. If you want the more adult stuff, like the nudes and stuff, you want to go to a site called Lovers Lab.
Wow. You hear that? You only find this out here, guys. All right, let's see. The next one we've got is Resident Evil 4. That's the next one.
That's considered by most people to be the best Resident Evil. And look, they got a picture of Mario right there. And Link.
Actually, that's not Mario, my friend. That's Jumpman.
That's Jumpman, yeah.
That's Jumpman. Sorry, I recognize him anywhere. That's not Mario.
Resident Evil is definitely a popular series. I was too scared to play it when I was a kid, so I never touched it.
I've never gotten into horror games. Never have. And that one, the first one was a horror game. It was a horror.
You had that. You had Silent Hill.
I played Silent Hill. Now,
Fear on PS3 was one that I can't do the kids, man. I can't do the kids. There's this kid in it. I don't want it. Nothing to do with that. That's what
Rhonda always said. Rhonda always said that if they had a baby zombie, she'd never watch Walking Dead again. She would never watch it again.
She would not want to watch Z Nation. Got it.
I know. She heard about that. She said, I'm never watching that show. Nope, not doing it.
There's a game called The Forest, and there's it's got a sequel.
That was creepy.
They've got little tiny zombie babies.
They're usually in the caves, I think, from what I saw.
I've never gotten into the horror genre at all. Yeah. Never have. Soul Assassin says Resident Evil 4 is a classic. Yeah.
7 Days to Die is probably my biggest scary game.
I love 7 Days to Die.
I like the building aspect on it. It's just I never get.
Which one is that, Knock?
7 Days to Die. It's like a Minecraft on crack and just.
I got you.
Yeah.
And the difference between the console and the PC version is astronomical.
I got you.
So now I'm finally playing it for the first time on PC, and it just looks so.
The next one at 39 is Shadow of the Colossus.
Okay, that was a big PS1 game. That was
was it?
Got a very big. It's like Ico. It's got a big, very, very big cult following.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's made by the same company too.
Yeah, I believe so. It's a very like whispery, like like kind of like I don't even know what to compare it to, but it's just you got very big monsters, and you're just kind of like in this.
Kind of like Monster Hunter, maybe.
No. These monsters are bigger. Think like human to Godzilla size.
Yeah.
Ooh, shit. Okay.
Like God of War, like tall. Like
I got you.
Yeah, you got to like climb up them, and you got certain places you've got to hit in order to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain soft points that you can get them at. Okay. Got you. All right.
And all right, let's see what the next one is
here. Oh my God. The one me and Knock disagree totally on is at number 8. You guys go ahead.
Last of Us.
Talk about Big Mama Pump. Go ahead.
You played that one up way too much. Jeez. Just
played that one up way too much. My ass. I still haven't finished it because I got to play as Big Mama Pump. Get the hell out of here.
I held my nose and played at her, even though I hated her.
I was all for her storyline. I wanted to see where it was going to go. I thought it was interesting that we played, to see.
Did you like the fact that you couldn't kill her at the end of it?
Oh, that game was a piece of shit.
To get that out of their system. That was the whole thing, was Ellie getting over it. It was just It was the whole point of the story was her.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah,
and if they do a third one, I hope she comes back with the little Asian kids. So
so she can kill everybody and break their finger. Abby was a piece of shit.
The only thing that would do that game justice if Ellie gets whacked in the first 20 minutes of the next one.
The biggest thing that I loved about that game was one, like whenever I love it when games get you more involved with the NPCs, and they always oh my God, he killed Jarrett, and it's and then you as Ellie, you kill them, you kill the dog, and it's who was the dog name? I can't remember.
I don't remember the dog's name.
I don't know. Yeah. We'll say Bull. And then you're in a scene where you're walking around as Abby, and you go up to the fenced off area where the dogs are, and you're like, "Hey, Bull, here, play catch with the ball." And you're like, "Dude, I smashed that dog's head with a hammer when I killed it," because it's a flashback scene where you're kind of catching up with events. And you're like, dude, it's so great because you're seeing the character. You see from Abby's perspective, you see all her friends, you learn more about her backstory, and you see all the people that you're killing as Ellie. And you see them before the events that happen.
They try to make Abby sympathetic, is what they
did it for me.
He's a piece of shit that needed to die.
They did it for me. It worked on me.
Fuck Abby.
All for it.
I can't finish it because I'm playing as Abby. I can't do it.
I was all for it from the beginning.
Fuck Abby.
Low Spec says, I don't have a gaming PC, just a Ryzen laptop with a CP graphics and a Ryzen 3400G desktop with CP graphics.
Yeah.
And he also says, I like mostly older games, so seldom miss not having a dedicated GPU. You can love Last of Us Part 2 all you want. It's a beautiful game graphically, but it can suck my dick.
Yeah, that's why it's a piece of shit.
I got to a point where I was really liking the story, but the game was just so fucking long. And the action scenes, it turned into kind of like Uncharted, where it's I know I'm going to be in a combat scene at this part. And it's just
predictable after a while, right?
Same combat scene over and over and over again.
I'd say the one thing I did like about it though was they made the NPCs a little bit harder in this, or excuse me, a little bit smarter in this one than they did in the first one. They had names. I mean, that part was cool. That part, the gameplay, they definitely upped their game with this one, but the story can go fuck itself. No.
The whole game can go fuck itself.
All right, number 37 is Red Dead Redemption.
The original,
not 2. The original.
That should be up a little higher too.
Yeah,
I don't know. I thought Red Dead was okay. I never actually did the storyline for it. I only played the online.
Now I just recently. Hang on, let me see if I've got it down here. Yeah, I got it. I got the physical media of it for my 360. So I'll probably do a playthrough of it here pretty soon. I've never played it, but I did get the Red Dead Redemption, the one we're talking about now, for the 360, so I can play it in the future. But
there's
actually not even the original.
There's a point. No, the original was Red Dead Revolver.
Red Dead Revolver. I played that. I played that game, and I haven't played this one. I didn't know it was the same franchise.
Yeah. This game, or the first one, has the same kind of what the fuck moment that you had to stop. At least I had to stop playing it for a little bit, and then I went back to it, like Last of Us Part 2 has.
Okay.
But you don't play as like a character like Abby. That's not what it is. It's just
they don't force you to see it from her the bad guy's perspective.
No.
Yeah.
No, they don't do that. But there's something that happens that you're like, okay, that was unexpected.
I'm looking forward to seeing the lore behind the town that gets wiped out by that plague in the like Texas part of the map.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. I really am. That happens in this one, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah, and this one's got a DLC that's a zombie.
Zombie.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I think they've got one for 2 now too.
Yeah.
I think they have one for 2 as well. Okay, let's see. We got time for one more, I think. Metal Gear Solid comes in at 36.
Okay.
That was first of the 3D Metal
Never
Gear.
got into these games.
So,
I was never a fan of the stealth.
What is that? The Nintendo one? Wait.
No, the Metal Gear Solid was the first of the 3D. The original was just Metal Gear.
So
and that was
this game is like the third game in the series. How
Before we get too far removed from it, Soul Assassin says Red Dead Redemption is awesome. I'm looking forward to playing it. Yep.
So Snake Eater is basically the first game in that series, and then Metal Gear Solid is like the second or third game.
The first game is just Metal Gear. The second one's Metal Gear Snake Eater.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Solid. I'm talking about Solid. Yeah, they don't give you the first where Snake starts out until like the third game in the series. So what I tell people is play Snake Eater first, and then go through the other.
Soul Assassin.
Games.
That was just Metal Gear. That wasn't Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, that was just Metal Gear.
Metal Gear Solid was the first.
Then on Atari, it was just metal.
Yeah, just metal. That's all it is. You're collecting metal.
Every console, it gets a name added on.
Now I think my friend Dallas plays Metal Gear Solid to this day.
I love Snake Eater. Snake Eater is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
and it has a good song.
It's a big franchise for sure, but I never got it.
Yeah.
I've never played it. I've never played it, but I see him on PlayStation every once in a while playing that.
Yeah,
and I know it's an old game.
The only thing I've ever seen about 5 is them just putting people on, on a balloon.
Yeah, and they're coming out. They're coming out with remastered versions of Snake Eater, and I want to get that. So
yeah.
Well, if you just want to jack around with NPCs and stuff, you want to play the Just Cause games.
Yeah, that's an open world destruction game. You just do whatever.
Apparently, Snake Eater is getting remastered.
Yeah, I just said that. So,
is that what you said? No,
yeah, I just said that.
I'm looking at
and they're putting the song back in and everything else.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. All right. Well, we got some of the list knocked out. We got it down to 35, boys and girls. We got 15 done tonight. So. The next time we come in, we'll be great going through that top
35 NES games.
Right. It's going to be 35
Nintendo games.
NES games, right? So we will pick it back up with 35 the next time we have time. I doubt we're going to have time next Wednesday because you know what next Wednesday is. And Soul Assassin says Snake Eater taught Jed to hide in boxes.
Dude, Snake Eater is fucking awesome, man. I love that.
Well, if it's a stealth game, I'm probably never going to play it because I hate. That's why I don't play Assassin's Creed. I can't
stealth.
stand.
It's not all stealth.
Yeah.
Which
but anyway,
which Metal Gear Solid was he naked in?
That was.
I don't think that's a question I need answered, but
there's one where he's naked and he's like covering up his junk with his hands.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Was that the first? No, that wasn't.
Yeah,
that was
3D.
Metal Gear Solid. That was the first 3D one. Yeah,
I know. That's the first 3D. Yeah, but that's like the second or third game in the series. Snake Eater is like the first game, but it came out
the first game's
third.
just Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I know. What I know, but you're confusing everybody. I'm talking about the 3D versions.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's like, I know. I'm talking about 3D.
By all of it. So
yeah, Snake Eater is the first game, but that came out as the third game, and then Metal Gear Solid was like the second.
You're talking about in the timeline, not
in the timeline. Yeah,
I was talking release dates.
No, I'm not.
Let's go by release date, Jed. That's what really matters.
Anyway,
we don't know the story, Jed, so we don't care about the story. Yeah. We need to know about release date.
Well, I don't care about the story. Last of Us because it's a piece of shit game, but you know.
Yeah, and there you go. Adios, gents. Stay awesome.
Okay,
Solar Session. Thanks for stopping by. Before we get out of here, though, we're gonna find out what's going on with the panel, starting with Knock.
Hey,
what's going on, man?
Well, we got this Sunday is our football thing. We got we'll probably talk. I don't know how much college we'll talk about that day because I won't know a whole lot because I'll be.
This is what he's talking about, boys and girls. Friends, football, and football fanatics. Our prediction show. Yes.
Hopefully, I wake up in time for it because I don't know what's going to happen Saturday night after we go see Morgan Wallen. So hopefully I'll be up there. But and then we got and then I'll be there for the Monday night Coach Ward. That I requested to be on.
Yes,
I'll be so glad when we move shit back.
That's because you're just getting up when we started, man.
Dude,
sorry about that.
Fucking early.
Yeah, well, that's hey, look, I'm playing
it because my bro wanted me to play it. This game doesn't happen without me. All right,
that's it.
And it's
I would have never played it unless
200 episodes.
Right.
Look, the second I got this X series, he said you have no excuse.
Oh, I know.
He showed it on Facebook, and I was like, right there in the chat. Well, you got to do it now.
You got to do it, man. You got to do it. But okay, thanks for riding along, partner. I appreciate you, man. Jed, what you got to let us know about this week, bro? What you got?
Well, I'm probably not going to do a game stream again because nobody came to it except Low Spec. So you know,
I did. I was there early, but I was tired. I had
but I'm talking about in the chat too. So
okay,
yeah, and then after you left, Low Spec was the only one that stayed. So
really,
everybody's like, "Hey, when are you going to play that game?" I play it.
You really need 2 monitors to do a game,
dude. I don't know. I thought I could do it through StreamYard, and apparently you can't.
Yeah, StreamYard's it's not really conducive to games. You have to have a few monitors to do it.
Yeah,
really.
and I only have 1 monitor, so I don't know how any game. I did stream on my Xbox last night. Vampire. At Survivors, which is an awesome game. Please go get that if you have it. It's on Steam and Xbox and everything. It's good. I don't know about the MF for this week, so I got to talk to Matt.
I saw Matt was on earlier today. He did a podcast.
Yeah,
I watched
him
earlier today.
I asked him, and I don't know, dude. Okay. I will see this. Well, I'll see this afterwards. But yeah, we don't know what's going to happen, and then I'll probably be on Sunday if I can wake up because it's like super early for me.
Do you want me to blow your phone up? Make sure you show up
on
the
Sunday.
Show?
Yeah, on Sunday. Yeah.
Okay. I will blow your phone up at 1:00. No problem.
Yeah.
No problem at all. 1:00 my time. That's an hour before the show.
Yeah, and we're still gonna do. Oh, we're done for the week right now, Joe. Isn't it?
Yeah, we're done with.
I'm so used to the old schedule. It's not even funny.
And we're gonna get back to it, but we got to do Couture on Monday.
I know. I'm good. It's just like
I know it's throwing you off. Low Spec says Jed Robenwolf, you just got to do it and have. I have had game streams talking to myself, and for game streaming, I think OBS is way better. Yes, it is. It is way better.
I got it because I did use OBS at one point. So
I am just not paying for fast enough internet to stream right now. Yeah. I hear you. And
it did come.
That's always been my hesitance to.
It did come.
I don't know if I
my
have the
Twitch channel.
I got a gig, so I'm fine.
Yeah, I got fiber. So
once I make enough money to get my own actual place and pay for it,
I do okay. I think my stream's coming out okay. I've got like 600 megabyte connection, so
you're fine.
Download I'm doing good, but upload is kind of.
Yeah. All right, Jed. Well, thanks for coming, man. I appreciate you. Definitely keep an eye on X. He will fill you in on what's coming up for him. And John, let us know what's going on with you, Big Daddy. We know you don't like self-promotion, but you got to do it.
Yeah, I know. You can catch me on Pop Culture Minefield. Now, this week, I'm still probably, not tomorrow, because that's going to be Keith. Mm-hmm. But I think Friday, I'm going to continue Baldur's Gate on Pop Culture Minefield. And then every Wednesday is going to be my regular show, Wednesday mornings, 10 a.m. to noon. Mm-hmm. And where I'm doing some game. And next week will be Starfield.
Yeah,
so, I got to stay away from that. Oh,
yeah, I'm staying away from it because I'm not going to be able to get it for like another 6 months.
Really?
So I'm
starting to hear that, man.
Oh. I don't have a merch store or anything up or anything, so I'm not making money.
Don't worry, John. I'll be there because I'm not playing. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta avoid spoilers until.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome to come and troll me. Like
that's it.
Where the fuck
always shows up right at the end. Wow. You smell Jed. It's because you take too much. Oh man, I'm not reading this. Look, you. It's good to see you.
Yeah. She comes.
I've been worried about you. Second. We haven't seen you on the stream, so I hope you're okay. Yeah. Hope you're doing all right. Okay, let me fill you guys in on what's going on with my channel. Of course, you're watching State of the Atmosphere, where we talk about the pop culture stuff. And also, you see the crawl down at the bottom if you want to know what's going on with the comic book behind the scenes and other stuff I'm doing. Go check out my Subscribe Star and check out my website as well. Also, let's see. Yeah, State of the Atmosphere is every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. And then tomorrow night, I may be hooked up with Wookie Be Bad. My brother is on his anniversary trip to New Orleans. He's going to be in the French Quarter tomorrow. So I will either be writing solo for the Brothers Hack the Matrix, or I will be actually Wookie actually said he might step in for me because our man Matt from Small Time Republic, keep him in your thoughts and prayers. He thinks he's coming down with something, so let's hope he's on the mend pretty quick. If he misses Sunday, I'm going to... Matt, if you're listening, get on with an avatar. You don't have to be on camera. We need your predictions,
dude. Yeah, I'm always avatar.
Yeah,
but I would break the camera lens if I actually showed my face.
No, you wouldn't, man. But anyway, my political show, The Brothers Hack the Matrix, is every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Time. And then you can also check me out Saturdays working on my comic book, Sketching the Privateer. I show you what's going on with that once a week. And then Sunday, as Danny used to like to say. Sunday. Pre-game party. NFL pre-game party is back. It used to be me and Knock. Now the cast has doubled. It's me, Knock, Small Time Republic, and John Das Wolfen. And this week we're going to do our 2023 season predictions show. And that's going to be just in time for the Thursday night opener between John's world champion Kansas City Chiefs. You see that right behind his head there, the arrowhead. They're ready to hang their banner as they face the up-and-coming Detroit Lions coming into Arrowhead Stadium, trying to put the kibosh on their championship celebration on Thursday night, next Thursday. A week from tomorrow is when the season starts. So definitely be checking that out. And the other streams that I'm on, of course, I'm on all the gaming streams that John does early in the morning. The morning coffee on Pop Culture Minefield. Yeah. He's filling in for Gary right now, and that's every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right now. But hopefully, Gary will be back for Military Monday next week. Hopefully,
yeah.
But that's usually on Wednesdays. But the next one will be Friday, and that's 10 a.m. Central Time. And then don't forget on Monday. It's Only Talk and Roll. Motorhead is the show we're going to do with That 70s Rock Fan at 4 p.m.
Dude, I wish I can get on there, but he uses that. Whatever
he
that
uses Melon.
crap.
Yeah.
Oh
well, he gets it free because he uses Streamlabs. And that's a free streaming service that they have with Streamlabs. So it's just a cheaper way for him to go, you know.
Oh, I know.
He's already paying for Streamlabs, so
look, you're not the only one that has problems with it. Tom Connors hates going on there.
I hate
he always has problems with it.
I have some audio issues with it, but
I
finally figured out how to be a mod on there because I'm one of his mods.
Yeah.
And I finally figured out how I can actually get on there with my mod powers. So
yeah. But that's at 4 p.m. Central Time, right before we do Couture. And that's at 6:30 p.m. Central Time on Monday. So that's the entire slate. The only other thing I want to point out is this. All the smack talking is going to come to a head next Tuesday night. You're going to see me and Real Wade Nation clips play Madden against each other.
And you're going to see Joe dominate the fuck out of
We'll see what happens. I played it the other night, and he was laughing at me because I didn't quite have a feel for it yet. But I was playing it earlier today with the Houston Texans, who is one of the worst teams on the game. That's how I always like to start to try and play, to see what I can get away with a bad team. And I was rolling it up on friggin' the Colts this morning when I tried it out. Rolling up the points.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Now, Joe, are you still doing the sketches as well, the portraits?
Well, actually, after talking to Wookie yesterday, I'm going to turn that into a video series. I need to do more videos, man. That's a way to pick up a lot more subscribers. And I have a lot of the sketching stuff that I already record my sketches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the sketching. And then I'm going to do like time lapses and explain some of the stuff I'm doing and do like little 10-minute videos where you don't have to sit there and watch me draw all day. And it's going to help me get my subscriber count up. Because, I'm trying to get monetized.
If you could do that and then maybe get them down to like 1 minute showings, you can even do it on TikTok. And
yeah. Well, I just use TikTok for advertising, really. But you know what I heard the other day? I was on, I think it was the first time I was on Wookie's Sunday show. Gaming is a big thing on TikTok right now. Live gaming. It's almost bigger than Twitch right now. As far as that, I can't remember which one of Wookie's posse was talking about that. It wasn't Static. I can't remember who it was talking about it, but I asked him specifically because I was thinking about using Kick. No, it wasn't on Wookie Stream. It was one of the other ones I watch. But it might have been your show, Jed. You guys were talking about some stuff. Anyway, I asked the question. I said, I already broadcast on Rumble and YouTube, my gaming stream. Should I keep using Twitch? Because I'm not getting that many views. And he said, the guy, whoever it was, he was a big gamer. He said, look, you really need to explore TikTok for live streaming games right now. He said it's huge over there. I said, wow, really? Wow. Okay. All right. So anyway, let's see. Ariel says, until next time, everyone, this is her tagline. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. That's right. Low Spec says, we'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. There you go. Nice. I need a shit ton of watch hours. I hear you, brother. For sure. But anyway, listen, guys, I want to thank you for watching. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do, Knock, to answer your question. I'm going to turn those into videos. I'm going to keep recording it and turn it into videos. And that's what I'm going to work on later on tonight after Rhonda goes to bed. I'm not going to do a gaming stream. I'm going to sit here and work on an intro for those videos, that kind of thing. So anyway, listen, guys, I want to thank you for watching. Spread the word about the website and all that good stuff. I'm going to be updating the comic book art on there pretty soon for $1. And just like any of these streaming channels, this is what you should do. If you want to check this stuff out that I've got on my Subscribe Star, just get it for a month. And you can check out all the artwork I've got behind that paywall. And I'm going to be updating all the plot for the comic books. If you pay $1, you can read everything that I've written. And if you pay $5, you can see the art to go with it. So anyway, you guys check that stuff out. And I want to thank you for being here. Let's see. Low Spec says Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. You need to say that in announcer voice. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Actually, I need to get a sound.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
There it is. Yeah. I knew he was loud enough to do it.
Oh,
okay, boys and girls, listen, I got a steak out there. I got to go. You guys take it easy. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on with this trailer for this Sunday's prediction show. Check it out. The NFL is back, boys. See you later. I love the way that video ends with the Lombardi thing. Yes.
Yeah.
What was I going to say to you? Oh yeah, man. Who the
You
fuck
forgot again?
Who the
Who
fuck
farted?